weeknights at 5 on My TV Charleston.
Entertainment Tonight.
After ABC News 4 at 7.
Always stop when the stop arm is out. Don't be the reason they miss their moment. Stop means stop.
Why just get some food when you can crush it? Come on, let's go to Crush Yard. Let's feast on this, that, and oh yeah, this for sure. Let's hang out and watch the game like every single one. But hey, why stop there? What if we had courts? Tons of courts. Tons of games and tons of places to hang out. Oh yeah, now we're crushing it. Now we're at Crush Yard. Food, pickleball, games, parties.
All school year long, News 4 is working for you.
It's the first day of school for students in Berkeley County.
Start your day with Good Morning Charleston.
If you're approaching the school bus 4 or more lanes, you do not need to stop if you're approaching.
And count on News 4 in the evenings to keep you connected.
More than 50,000 Charleston County students back in class today.
From the first day to final exams, News 4 is your ready for school headquarters all year round.
Welcome to Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet on My TV Charleston.
Knights Company's Friday Night Rival, driven by Cruise Chevrolet, making the first stop of the year at the Fort. 2 programs rich in history: Fort Dorchester Patriots, Goose Creek Gators. 2 programs right now in very unfamiliar territory, rebuild mode. Hey everybody, I'm Dean Stevens along with my good friend Everett German. We will talk about our rich history later in the broadcast. But when you take a look at these 2 teams from the outside, you're like, hey, I've seen these 2 programs before. We take a deeper dive, and they're programs that are being supported by freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, the good thing about freshmen and sophomores, eventually they become juniors and seniors. But both programs, as you mentioned, Dean, right now, definitely all-out rebuild mode. But you know what? 2 good guys leading the charge, trying to change that culture, getting the pride back at the Creek and also back at the Fort.
Yeah, Jason Winstead, the head coach for Goose Creek, told us earlier in the week. I said, what's going on? He goes, not much. I said, why the down face? He goes, we don't have a quarterback. I go, you got to have a quarterback. He goes, no, we have no quarterbacks. They lost a quarterback 2 years, started a transfer down to Alabama, and then he's lost 2 other quarterbacks to injuries. His number 1 quarterback went down Monday with a fractured elbow when he was throwing the ball. So tonight, you're going to look at a lot of ground and pound. He says you'll see a lot of ground. We hopeful for the pound, and there's going to be a bunch of running backs tonight.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about football, but usually you have to have a quarterback. That's something that usually helps win your cause, because then you can keep the defense off balance. Maybe throw it a couple of times, maybe run it, mix it in. But in this situation, yeah, tough break for Goose Creek. But, I tell you what, taking a look at the players to watch. First, let's start with Goose Creek. Derek Porter, the running back last week. They ended up losing to North Myrtle Beach 30-8, but he was a bright spot. 80-yard touchdown run. The future is bright for the Creek.
As for Fort Dorchester, they too have got a lot of young people coming out, but he loves Savon Garrett, the leadership, and what he does at the linebacker position.
Big win for Fort Dorchester on Monday at Buford. The situation where Savon had 8 tackles, had 2 tackles for loss. He's the leader of that defense. They were very stingy at Buford. They'll have to be stingy again tonight.
All right. When we come back, we will check in with the game day forecast, which is just perfect. And we've got kickoff to week 1 of high school football. You're watching Knight Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet.
I was in a lot of pain. I saw a Thumbs Up Guys commercial, and I gave them a call. I felt like more than just a client. I felt like they were friends of mine.
Helping injured people is what we do. If you've been injured, call us. We're those Thumbs Up Guys.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies. Excellence in concrete, built on family values.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. The fun never stops. We host birthday parties and Friday night open gyms, too. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
What if you could change your future in just 1 or 2 years?
At Trident Technical College, you can invest in yourself and see real results.
And with low or even no-cost tuition, your education is one of the best investments you can make.
It's called ROI, a return on investment.
That means what you put in today pays off for years to come.
Greater job satisfaction.
More financial freedom.
A better future.
College is worth it, and so are you.
Do you or someone you care about feel anxious about visiting the doctor for the first time? From the moment you walk through the door, at Coastal Wound Care, we treat every patient like family. Contact Coastal Wound Care today.
Tonight's company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. We have Goose Creek, we have Fort Dorchester, and we have an absolute perfect night for football. Your game day forecast brought to you by Plum Pros from the Storm Tracker 4 weather team. Your game day forecast sponsored by Plum Pros, serving the lowcountry's HVAC and plumbing needs for 20 plus years. It is 80 degrees outside. It is cloudy. There is barely a whisper of wind out there. And as we go through the night, it is just going to get cooler and cooler as we kick off week 1 of high school football. This one goes into the end zone by Fort Dorchester. Goose Creek going to take possession. Our starting lineup sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals. Without the right equipment, you got no game. Goose Creek offense going to be led tonight by a bevy of running backs. We'll start with the quarterback, Corey Rouse. Elijah Mack is the tight end, number 11, number 22, Braden Reeves. 2 tight ends set tonight. William Manty's a wide receiver. Zavon Grant, the running back. Jay Judge, also a running back, number 6. Number 51, Jamison O'Hearn. Left guard, Jared McNeil. Blade Bollinger's the center. Etienne Reynolds, the right guard. And Jaden Pringle Jackson is the right tackle as Goose Creek takes over at the 20-yard line off that kickoff. And you've got 2 running backs set. And it's going to be Wildcat all night long. And number 4 is going to break it to the outside. That's Zavon Grant's going to pick up 11. A flag? No flag.
That's a good start for Goose Creek. You have to figure Coach Winstead has snapped. You kind of want to shorten the game, Dean. You want to see a lot of running, keep that clock moving, give yourself a chance there in the second half. Nice run by the Gators.
As for Fort Dorchester's defense, Casamani and Milo is a defensive end. Thomas Waymer, defensive end. Coach loves him. Terrence Centers, defensive tackle. Cameron Gathers also makes up that defensive line. They're going to go back to the run. It's going to be the quick little guy again, number 4, Grant, is going to pick up 7 on the play. As for the linebackers, this is where they really like Savon Grant, Josiah Singleton, Miguel Pearson. Those 3 guys bring experience and bring the pop.
So far, having a little bit of difficulty. Nothing fancy here for Goose Creek. They're just lining up and running straight at this front 4 of the fort. So the linebackers got to step up in the gaps and try to control this run.
That defensive backfield, Amari Dawson, Jeff Jefferson, they call him Triple J, Asante Green, and Chaz Mitchell is the free safety. It's going to be 2nd and 3. That 2 running back set again with Grant. 2 tight ends set. It's going to be Grant again. He's going to be caught off at the edge, but he's going to find the right edge and nobody home. He's going to be Triple J. He's going to pick up another 7 yards and a pickup of 13 on the play. And all of a sudden, this Wildcat 24/7 is working wonders.
Yeah, it looked like for a second there, Dean, it looked like Samania Milo had him disrupted the play in the backfield, but give credit to Grant, able to reverse field. Luckily for the fort, Jeff Jefferson there to slow him down, or he would have taken that one to the house.
Your first down brought to you by Coastal Wound Care, the best in healing.
If you're Jason Winstead, a short week. Of course, they played on Monday. all those injuries, having to come up with a game plan on the fly, and so far so good for Goose Creek.
2 tight ends set, heavy on the right side, 1 wide receiver. They're going to fill it up. Ball on the ground. It's going to be, look like 2 Fort Dorchester jerseys. Will they, Goose Creek's going to keep possession.
And that's somewhat expected. Only the second game early in the season, as we mentioned it in the open, Dean. A lot of freshmen and sophomores on the field for this Goose Creek team. And again, a lot of people somewhat playing out of position at this point. If you have 2 legs and you can run healthy, you're going out there on offense and defense.
Well, you've also got a running back trying to hand the ball off, right? Something they don't really work on until maybe they were 8 years old playing pop football, handing the football off. But again, in the backfield, it's number 6, Judge, number 4, Grant. You're going to have an offsides call on Goose Creek. But you noticed on that last possession, Fort Dorchester really started filling in the gaps, bringing the linebackers close.
And it's one of those situations where obviously you don't see any wide receivers out. So for Fort Dorchester, they can bring 8 guys in the box and almost dare Goose Creek to throw. Obviously, they notice that they're down some quarterbacks. So, yeah, it's going to make it very difficult for Goose Creek to maintain this run game if they can't at least keep this defense of Fort Dorchester honest by attempting a pass. Even if you don't complete it, you have to throw it to back those guys off.
They're going to be 2nd and 21, 9:37 on the clock. And, you know, that's the other thing I was taking a look at. When you look at the play clock, how much time they're using, play clock's actually not working on the field tonight, which, again, disadvantage to Goose Creek because you want to snap that ball with a second left, right?
Correct. You want to shorten the game by all means necessary.
Grant looks to the right side, the edge sealed off, going to pick up maybe a yard, close to 2, going to make it 3rd and 19.
You touched on it, Dean. That defense of Fort Dorchester definitely have made an adjustment. A nice job of roll call at the football, kind of swarming the running back, putting them in 3rd and double sticks. That's not what you want to be if you're Goose Creek.
I think you look at that play card right now and you're like, where's my 3rd and 19 call? And it's like, oh, he fractured his elbow on Monday night.
Well, you think about it, Dean, even if you had your normal quarterback, you don't want to be 3rd and 19 because I'm sure that defense of Fort Dorchester, you want to keep everything in front of you, come up and make the tackle.
Even the secondary by Fort Dorchester, about 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. Cornerbacks pushing till about 7 yards. 8:24 on the clock. They're going to roll. He's going to throw it now. Lefty going deep. Nice play by JJJ, number 0. But I love the throw. The lefty lets it rip. Clock's going to stop at 8:15. We've got a break coming up. We'll come back with the punt after this.
You've got a friend in the car business.
Suburban and Tahoe and Silverado, oh my! Get these and more new Chevrolets in stock. Special financing and no payments till November with approved credit. Together, let's drive. CruiseChevrolet.com.
You've got a friend in the car business.
Suburban and Tahoe and Silverado, oh my! Get these and more new Chevrolets in stock. Special financing and no payments till November with approved credit. Together, let's drive. CruiseChevrolet.com and Cruise Chevy on Rivers.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knight's Companies? It's more than just a job. It's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knight's Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
Used cars, trucks, and SUVs, oh my! Fully inspected with great warranty options. No payments till November with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at CruiseChevrolet.com.
Closed captioning is brought to you locally by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make junk disappear.
All right, welcome back to Fort Dorchester High School. You're watching Knight's Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. 8:15 left here. We had an official timeout. Come back Goose Creek looking at about a 4th and 19, so they got the punting team out.
And Dean, we were supposed to have a broadcast last Friday, hand-to-hand at Philip Simmons, and obviously the Mother Nature had a different idea, so we didn't get a chance to, kind of work the kinks out. It's a new season of high school football here in the lowcountry. I'm excited, obviously, all season long. I'll be working with you half of the time and then with your son. So
half pencil.
Yeah, half pencil and pencil. So still working out the kinks, but we appreciate all of you guys tuning in. Obviously, all the guys down there in the truck giving it a effort. We appreciate it and just, working the kinks out.
Braxton Carlson back to punt for Goose Creek. He stands at his own 30. Rush up the middle. Is going to kick up the left foot. It's going to get a bounce. It's going to roll out to about the 25, 24. They're going to call it dead at about the 22-yard line. So Goose Creek with an impressive 3 plays on that first series, Everett. They went for plus 11, plus 7, and then plus 13 behind the wheels of Zavon Grant.
Yeah, and then quickly that defense of Fort Dorchester made the adjustment. We talk about it all the time, Dean. MTA, being able to make the adjustment on the fly. Once they did that, they were able to push the offense of Goose Creek back. They also had a penalty. Now, let's see what this Fort Dorchester offense can do as they start at their own 21-yard line. Again, very young on both sides of the ball tonight. Thomas Adamski, the Fort Dorchester quarterback, transferred in from First Baptist, 9 of 13, 70 yards last week as number 4 gets wrapped up by a bevy of white jerseys. Maybe pick up half a yard or maybe a yard. Yeah, Kanan Williams and Guy Simmons on the stop for Goose Creek. So played well last week. They kind of got away from them at the end, and that lost to North Myrtle Beach. But, again, just the injuries, talking with Jason Winstead, Dean, I've never seen a Pee-wee, high school, collegiate, or NFL, a team deal with the adversity that this Goose Creek team has dealt with thus far. In the backfield right now with Adamski is Durant and Michael Worthen. This one bobbled a little bit. There's going to be a halfback pass right-handed. Number 13 jumps in the middle of it. That's Quentin Wright. Made a nice play, cut inside of the receiver, almost picked it off. Yeah, great discipline by Quentin Williams. A lot of times, your first instinct is to run up to trying to stop the run. He was disciplined. He stayed, didn't fall forward, and able to have and provide great coverage. So good job by Williams, and a big third down coming up for Fort Dorchester. Also for Fort Dorchester's offense, we take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Sunbelt Rentals. Without the right equipment, you've got no game. It's also Lorez Matthews, Aiden Rutledge, Derek Simpson, Devin Grant, Jonathan Clayton, Zion Rouse, Kaylon Gamble, and Tristan Tucker. We've got a big hit. Wow. Number 2, Hayden Denmark, the sophomore, laying the leather and now having a conversation with the entire Fort Dorchester bench. Yeah, someone gets the number of that milk truck. What a hit there by Hayden Denmark in the right place at the right time. And if you're Goose Creek, you have to feel excited about that start. You force a 3-and-out, and unless a big punt here by Fort Dorchester's Eric Matog, they should get excellent field position here for their second possession. One thing Jason Winstead said as he was talking about, all the difficulties, everything that they've been running up against, is said, I will promise you this, that we will play hard. That ball's going to hit at the 45, take a bounce. A really nice Fort Dorchester bounce, going to back it up to about the 39-yard line. And unfortunately, Dean, that's a situation where you want to come up for Quentin Wright to come up and catch that and get a fair catch. Because of his inability to come up with the catch, they lost about 15 yards there of field position. It is 6:15 left in the first quarter. We got a 0-0 game. Come back. Fort Dorchester, Goose Creek after this.
Watch Entertainment Tonight
after ABC News 4 at 7.
They T-boned me. I didn't even see it. I could not walk. I could not lift my hands. And I'm so happy that I went with the thumbs up, guys. Your world taken care of, no worries.
Helping injured people is what we do. If you've been injured, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
When you come home, do you love what you see? You will when you choose Hardy Siding from Contract Exteriors. Only Hardy products are engineered for climate. They're specifically designed to stand up to the heat, humidity, and hurricanes of South Carolina, helping ensure your home stays looking beautiful for years to come. Discover your perfect homecoming by visiting contractexteriors.com. When it's time to re-side, come home to something better.
I stepped on a wood screw and I went and saw 2 other doctors and they wanted to amputate my foot. I heard about Coastal Wound Care. Dr. Gregory and his staff saved my foot. They did a wonderful job and I can walk.
Contact Coastal Wound Care today.
Welcome back to Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. So 2 possessions in this game, one by Goose Creek. They picked up some yardage. A little surprising that Fort Dorchester went 3 and out on their first possession, tried a little trickery with that halfback pass. But their head coach told us, he's like, we got to work on our identity on the offensive side of the ball.
And I'm sure these are high school kids, teenagers. You can't get caught up in reading the press clippings. I'm sure they heard about the struggles, the injuries over at Goose Creek. And that's one of them situations, Dean, where if you don't come out ready to play, as Jason Winstead said, this Goose Creek team, they're not going down without a fight. So they're definitely going to have to bring their A effort tonight.
So we got a new running back in the game. Going to bust it right up the middle. That is number 19, taking it all the way down to the 26-yard line. That was Derek Porter. We talked about him as the player to watch. Now we know how he could bust an 80-yarder last week.
Made me look like a smart guy. 80-yard run last week in the loss to North Myrtle Beach. The only point scored by Goose Creek, and now I guess we see why. As that young man plays linebacker, he plays safety, and also running back as he checks out. Or no, he's getting the play from from Coach Winstead. So when in doubt, just hand it off to 19 and let him, as we call it, Dean, run the C play. Give it to Derek Porter and let's see what he can do.
I got to tell you, though, impressive right now early on, that young offensive line by Goose Creek. They're creating holes up the middle, allowing Grant to pick up yardage in their first series, and now Porter on their second. Porter's going to get it again, take it right back up the middle, going to have another flag on the play.
I was just about to say, Dean, what you don't want to do in this situation is kill yourself with penalties. You work so hard to get there.
You just thought that into, action.
Well, I didn't want to be rude and talk over you. I mean, I've worked with you, about 30, 40 years ago when you were my mentor. So it's kind of like, coming full circle now. So, but you always taught me you don't talk over your partner, so I had to let you finish your thought.
That's true. And that's going to be... That penalty is going to be on Fort Dorchester as we take a look at the Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers replay. Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers, just north of Northwoods Mall. You've got a friend of the car business at Cruz Chevy on Rivers. Appreciate them being a part of our broadcast tonight as well. Also that first quarter, first down, Coastal Wound Care, the best in healing.
Nothing can heal your confidence like getting some points on the board here if you're Goose Creek.
That's 1st and 5, and again, Porter going to pick up 7 on that one.
So many black jerseys there in that pile. I did see Chaz Mitchell. It's another Coastal Wound Care first down. And Dean, you talked about that offensive line of Jaden Pringle Jackson and Etienne Reynolds, Blake Bullanger, Jared McNeil, and Jamison O'Hearn. So those guys doing a nice job of opening up running lanes for Derek Porter, as well as one Zavon Grant.
Grant had 41 yards in that first possession. Porter's got 41 total yards on this possession. Now they got both of them in the backfield.
It's the old wing T.
They've got 3 back there. A little confusion now. They're going to put Grant on the edge. Nothing like having a 5'9", 140-pound edge guy picking up a block. And a block he does, holds that, lets Porter break it to the outside. He's going to fight. He's going to claw. He's going to take it down almost to the 5-yard line. Another first down. Brought to you by Coastal Wound Care, the best in healing.
Amari Dawson, the only thing standing between as you take a look at this Cruz Chevrolet replay here. Nothing fancy here, just line it up, hat on hat, man on man, and right now Goose Creek is winning the battle in the trenches. You love that firing off of that offensive line of Goose Creek. They're taking the fight to the fort.
I love the fact that Grant, again, 5'8", maybe, 150 pounds, maybe, sealing the edge against their defensive end. But again, that's what Jason Winstead talked about with this team. He's like, they're going to battle, they're going to fight. They're not going to let the injuries hold them back.
Well, just hike it to Porter and let him run it in.
You got 1st and goal now. Porter to the outside, going to cut it back in the middle. He's going to take it down to the 1-yard line. Nice tackle down there by number 43. That's Asante Green. Going to set up second and goal from about just outside the 1.
And there's something about that mentality that you breed that confidence when you know the defense knows what you're going to run and they still can't stop you. If I'm the offensive lineman of Goose Creek right now, I am seeing red. I'm jacked up. I'm about to score, hopefully, this first touchdown of the night for the Gators.
And again, number 11, Elijah Mack, he's a tight end. Braden Reeves, number 22, he's down there as well. Both of those guys going to be playing two-way defense and offense tonight. And that's going to be Porter on the inside, and that's going to be a touchdown. And a 6-0 lead by Goose Creek with 2:55 on the clock. That drive brought to you by Mr. Porter. That touchdown brought to you by Trident Technical College. Your future, your college. And the future for Goose Creek tonight, ground and pound. Jason Winstead said, we're going to ground. I don't know about pound, but right now they're pounding it.
I tell you what, Dean, that Goose Creek offense is taking the Fort Dorchester defense to school. I know it's brought to you by Trident Tech. That was a classic teaching on how to win the offensive line and the trenches.
Braxton Carlson with a PAT. And as they sat in the red zone, if you ever need your home in need of repairs, call Rapid Repairs. But, boy, they sure have found some repairs for these injuries. And, man, they were so psyched for Braxton Carlson. Coach Winstead was telling me he also lost their place kicker at the beginning of the year this year.
Who hadn't he lost yet?
He has not. The dog is still at home. We know the dog is still at home. The dog is not left.
But you know, Dean, you talk about rapid scoring. That's not necessarily what Goose Creek wants to do tonight. They want to shorten that clock, and they've done a nice job of winning the first quarter. Just 2:55 left here in the first quarter. The Gators up 7-0. So we talked about it. Shorten this game, go on long, sustained drives. Don't beat yourself. How do you do that? By not putting the ball on the ground and not committing what we call controllable penalties, like jumping off sides and false starts, things of that nature. So far, so good for the Creek. These youngins are getting it done so far.
Talk about Jason Winstead, 7 years here at Goose Creek High School. He's 39-36, 3 games over 500. You say, well, that's kind of average. You know what he is in conference play and region play? 25-7. This is a guy who knows how to compete. He knows his X's and O's, and he said he loves getting back to the basics of teaching football, which he's doing right now. Here's Fort Dorchester returning that kick to the 25, going to cut it down the sideline to the 30. Carlson with a little bump on the outside. And that was Larez Matthews with a nice return down to the 39-yard line. Left Carlson getting in on the action.
You talk about Winstead and his years of coaching. You know, he mentioned in his 29 years of coaching, he hadn't seen anything like this in terms of the injury bug. But you're right. He said it's somewhat enjoyable being able to get back to the basics, teaching the fundamentals. The key for him is once he develops these guys, he's got to keep them. He lost a lot of guys moving out of state, moving in state. So for him, it's just hopefully building that foundation there at Goose Creek.
Fort Dorchester's going to take over now at the 39-yard line. Thomas Adamski back at quarterback. He's going to take a 2-step drop. He's going to be forced out of the pocket. He's going to be taken down and sacked. That is number 41.
Yep.
Andre Jefferson, the junior linebacker, jumping in.
Great pressure in the backfield. Goose Creek almost not even a blitz. They're just whipping the offensive line of Fort Dorchester in the trenches. And, of course, Fort Dorchester, that's a pretty big offensive line there for the Fort, but the size is not giving any issues for Goose Creek.
10-yard loss, make it 2nd and 20. Big Horace Green also in there to take care of business. They're going to go back to the pass. Nice job by Adamski finding, that's number 5, Larez Matthews. Found himself a little cushion, sat down in it. Adamski with a pump fake, and then delivered the ball right on strike.
Give him credit for staying in the pocket. He felt the pressure coming in his face, able to deliver a strike, pick up a much-needed big play for Fort Dorchester, a much more manageable 3rd down facing the Patriots.
Yeah, 18-yard pickup. Fort Dorchester now going to drop 3 wideouts at the bottom of your screen. Plays being called in right now. Again, their head coach telling us they just got to work on their identity. Did not score in the first half last week, put 17 up in the second. Here we've got more pressure on Adamski. He's going to roll right. He's trying to direct traffic, and he does. He's got 2 open receivers. It was as if he didn't know whether to go to 4 or to 18. That ball's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, you don't want to throw it in between the two. Good job by Adamski scrambling and trying to keep that play alive, which he did, just not able to deliver the football on the run. But a good play here. And, again, you have to compliment the pressure being applied by Goose Creek, not allowing this Fort Dorchester offense to really get comfortable.
Yeah, he had Worthen and Rutledge both open, separated by about 7 yards. So 4th and 2 now. Fort Dorchester's going to go for it. They've got 1:10 on the clock.
Somewhat of a gamble here right now. The momentum definitely on the side of Goose Creek. If they don't pick up this first down, you give them the football. Great field position.
They're going to hand it off. Adamski actually keeps it. A nice block, not picked up, but boy, great play by number 2, Hayden Denmark. And then the big hit delivered by, looked like number 21 possibly, Guy Simmons.
What pursuit by Hayden Denmark. Denmark and Simmons, they've been all over the field all night for this Goose Creek defense. As you take a look at a replay here, and you're right, those two applying the pressure, coming up with the big stop. Now Goose Creek takes over in Fort Dorchester territory. Everything going the Creek's way.
I believe that was Rajon Wilder cleaning up that play. But, yeah, big gamble. But, hey, week 1, non-conference game. Let's see what we've got going. Adamski rolling out of the pocket. But the coverage of Goose Creek just blanketing their wide receivers. Nowhere to go with it.
And there's just something about confidence. A rough week for them last week. I shouldn't say last week, earlier this week, because they played on Monday night. So a short turnaround, a short week for Goose Creek. And, boy, you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Jason Winstead.
So they'll start in Fort Dorchester territory at the 45-yard line. Go right back to Porter. He's going to cut his way inside, finding seams left and right. Going to pick up 9 on the play.
Helmets flying, as they say. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now, the C play is working very well for Goose Creek, as you saw the helmet come off for Derek Porter, so he'll check out, I believe. And this will be the 5th quarterback probably to take a snap for Goose Creek, as he'll have to come out for one play.
You see the Cruz Chevrolet replay right there, and you see what's going on. Their interior linemen, they're 4 or 5 yards down the field, pushing that Fort Dorchester line of scrimmage back, which allows Porter to make those moves.
And anytime you can get second and short, that is a coach's dream. So many options here normally if you have your normal quarterback. But you know what I would say?
What do you say?
I think Fort Dorchester is expecting to run the second down.
You want this? You going to throw it?
I think I would maybe run a little play action here or take a shot.
You know what I'm
down
doing
the field.
Everett? I'm going to keep running it down your throat. And we've got a new running back in. Nice stop. That's Hayden Denmark. But a good lick on that play was that number 10 by Fort Dorchester.
Savon Garrett.
Yep, 8 tackles last week, 2 for loss. You're going to lose a yard, make it 3rd and just a little bit more than a yard as we hit the 0 mark at the end of the first quarter. How about that?
The Creek is rising so far.
Love it. You're watching Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet Goose Creek, with a 7-0 lead over the home team, Fort Dorchester Patriots. Beautiful night for football. The dog and I are back.
AC struggling? Charleston Electric and Air has you covered. From expert electrical work and generator installation to fast, reliable AC repair. We keep your home powered and cool. One expert team, trusted for power, cooling, and comfort.
Thank you for allowing our family to serve your family at Charleston Electric and Air.
100% satisfaction. Your comfort guaranteed.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
The field, the lights, the crowd. It's everything to them. But one missed stop can turn a celebration. 'em, 'em. 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 This isn't how any season is supposed to end. Always stop when the stop arm is out. 1 second can save a lifetime of pain.
Honey, the AC stopped working. Call Plum Pro Plus.
AC issues? I'm on it. Found the issue.
Plum Pro Plus is Charleston's #1 plumbing, heating, and air company for a reason. Call the pros today to find out how you can receive a free heater with the purchase of a new AC system. Call the pros you can trust. Call Plum Pro Plus today.
Remember about this place, all the players that played here, the successes that they've had.
Let's start with the name on the field.
You know, one of the Steve LaPrade field. You know, one of my favorite aspects of this field, I love the palm trees in the end zone.
Right. Definitely is a low country. Of course, we got our Sunbelt Reynolds scissor in the end zone.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. Goose Creek step back. Going to take it inside, going to pick up the first down. And that, of course, again, number 19, Derek Porter, going to pick up that first down.
Yeah, but I didn't know any better about just out of town and, I don't know, Detroit or somewhere crazy. And like, wow, those high school fields in Charleston.
Yeah.
Got palm trees in the end zone. That's pretty neat.
That first down brought to you by Contract Exteriors. Trusted for siding and decking and all things exterior from kickoff to finish.
Is that Tim Fennell in the scissor in the end zone?
Tim Fennell likes to be up in the scissor. He likes to be high up in the clouds. Does a nice job. He's been around.
I mean, they got to make you look smart, Dean, as you're talking about the trees. They got to do a cutaway.
First down play. It's going to be a keeper on the right side. That play looked like it was in trouble from the very start. Number 96 jumping in on a pile, all created by number 30.
Also Miguel Pearson of Fort Dorchester. Davion Cordray, they listed at 5'10", 268.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he's 268, Dean, I'm probably more like 125. And anybody knows me knows I'm not 125. But to have that size and to move that well, safe to say Mr. Cordray, who's a senior, has a chance to potentially play on Saturdays next year.
Casamani and Milo started that. But I think really the trouble started, there was trouble with the handoff. That play was supposed to go around the left edge.
I think it was almost a misdirection.
-4 on the play. Porter's going to keep it coming flying through. Dorchester's seen enough. That's a huge hit by number 97. That's Thomas Waymer. That's 5'11", 222. You're getting hit by a...
Don't forget about Asante Green as well, coming from his strong safety position, a 5'10" senior coming in and laying the boom. And this is where, from an offensive standpoint for Goose Creek, it's 3rd down and long. Yeah, you're running. Every once in a while, you got to pop them with a throw just to keep them honest, not allow them to continue to cheat up, and obviously stack the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 18. I think there was a spirited conversation held by maybe just one coach talking to that defensive unit, because they have come back very aggressive, taking it right to that Goose Creek offensive line. Trying to get him to jump with a hard count. Doesn't work. Porter looking at the sidelines. Going to get the snap, going to keep it, going to cut inside, going to be taken down by number 90. That's Tayshawn Edey again. And I think with that drive, they're going to call it a win. Right? You're able to hold on to it for 5 or 6 plays. You're going to let that clock run down.
And it's 4th down here. Obviously, you're not going to attempt a field goal well out of field goal range. But let's just see what they elect to do. Even if you get somebody who can only punt the ball 10 or 15 yards, at least that pins them back. The defense of Goose Creek has been very stingy tonight, not in terms of not giving up much offense. So, of course, if you're Coach Winstead, you just want to play the field position game and use that clock to your advantage.
They just may let this clock wind down and pick up a penalty here.
You mentioned it, Dean. No play clocks They're here in the end zones, but not working. So,
and I think that's an advantage to Fort Dorchester, especially when you've got a team that wants to go slow, right? And I was trying to pick up on the far side. My vision much different than when I first met you, but I can't see. You'd think there'd be somebody on the sideline kind of counting them down.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure there's a coach with a stopwatch that is telling them how much time. There's a hand signal maybe when I raise my arm that tells you there's 5 seconds left.
Yeah.
But you're right, Dean. They're going to take the delay of game, or did they just let it run down and take a
May have taken a timeout.
Correct.
Yep, that's what looks like happened because that ball's still spotted at the 39-yard line. Everett in midseason form, not week 1 form.
But you talked about earlier, Dean, all the greats, the Carlos Dunlaps of the world that have played here at Fort Dorchester. Darrell Berry, a guy that played at Clemson. Byron Maxwell is another. But
why are you just sticking with Clemson guys? How about?
I'm sorry.
How about?
Yeah, name because Steve LaPrade sent all
Robert
of his guys.
Quinn. Oh, DeCarrion. He went to what school did he go to?
Oh, that's right. DeCarrion did play here. I forgot about that. DeCarrion Joyner, outstanding high school football player and collegiate. I mean, he did well for himself as you see the fans enjoying some refreshments from the Fort concession stand. You touched on it, Dean. A great night for football, man. This is football weather.
Concession stand cam brought to you by Uber Eats. Bring me a cheeseburger. What do you want?
They can send them a bill for that?
Yeah.
But seriously, who's in the scissor lift in the end zone? Can we get a shot at the palmetto, the trees in the end zone?
I think this is going to be Carlson handling all the kicking duties tonight. Nailed the PAT. Lefty.
Oh, boy.
That one's going to be a bit short. Going to go out at the 32-yard line. Looked like he rushed it a little bit and didn't need to. Fort Dorchester with very little pressure.
That is Tim Fennell.
That's not Tim Fennell.
Yeah, Tim.
Where did Tim go?
Tim's right there. Yeah, that's Tim. He's in the scissors. My Sunbelt Rentals. We appreciate them. Obviously giving us our end zone equipment, but and obviously Nick Case, our good buddy, back directing. So for the 5th time, we'll ask for a shot of the trees because people are going to think you're a liar, Dean.
No, it's okay.
Ask and you shall receive. Isn't that a gorgeous picture?
I'm telling you.
If we had a sunset behind it, it'd be really good.
Yeah, sunset's on the other side of the stadium.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We'll work on that next time. Fort Dorchester trying to make something happen offensively. Again, no points in the first half last week, but they scored 17 in the second against Buford, winning 17-0. 8:20 on the clock right now in the second quarter. 3 receivers set on the bottom part of your screen. You're going to throw out to that side. They've got a nice couple blocks downfield, but boy, the pursuit of Goose Creek. Look at number 22 come flying in there. That's Braden Reeves. It's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards.
And that's a really safe pass for Fort Dorchester, trying to get him in rhythm. One of those situations where you throw it ahead, so if he can't come up with it, it's just an incomplete pass. So nice play call there by Fort Dorchester. Pick up positive yards on first down, second down, and let's call it 5 coming up for the Patriots.
Again, no huddle offense. They get the play called in from the sidelines. One running back behind him. That's Kyram Durant. Found a nice little seam across the right side. Number 13, Derek Simpson with the catch and the first down. Contract Exteriors first down. Trusted for siding and decking and all things exterior from kickoff to finish. And right now Simpson down on the ground. He's got his players waving over the training staff.
A nice tackle by Sukari Wright of Goose Creek.
When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 10 for Fort Dorchester. You're watching Goose Creek, Fort Dorchester, Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
Watch Entertainment Tonight
After ABC News 4 at 7.
Cruz has lots of new certified pre-owned and local trade-ins with no payments till November. And we're giving back to our community. Together, let's drive Cruz Chevy on Rivers, CruzChevrolet.com.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the car business.
Suburban and Tahoe and Silverado, oh my! Get these and more new Chevrolets in stock. Special financing and no payments till November with approved credit. Get a Let's Drive CruiseChevrolet.com and Cruise Chevy on Rivers.
High School, it is Goose Creek taking on Fort Dorchester. The good news, Derek Simpson walking off under his own power. Tonight's high school grant sponsored by Knights Companies. Knights Companies and News 4 are proud to present each participating homeschool a check for $500. This grant provides each school with extra funding to help make their school great. Over the past 14 seasons, Friday Night Rivals and our sponsors have donated more than $160,000 to lowcountry students and schools. Congratulations from Knights Companies and ABC News 4.
I believe that was Trip Aldridge, the principal here at Fort Dorchester. So much positive things going on here at the Fort. School just underway and a good time to be a Patriot.
It'll be a blast up the middle. For Fort Dorchester, that's Kyram Durant picking up about 4 yards.
And after a rough first quarter for Fort offensively, this is good to see them starting to get into rhythm, picking up a couple of first downs, kind of getting that Fort Dorchester offense going. Because this Goose Creek defense so far has done a nice job of just stymieing the Patriots, not allowing them to get going.
Hayden Denmark, number 2, big force for Goose Creek on the defensive side of the ball. There's going to be a little jet sweep for number 5. Going to be taken down, and that is Lorez Matthews going to pick up the first down, the contract exteriors first down, trusted for siding and decking and all things exteriors from kickoff to finish.
Hayden Denmark on the stop, also assisted by Sukari Wright, that sophomore linebacker. Wright, he's been all over the field tonight. We've said Denmark as well, and not surprising, sophomores getting it done for Goose Creek.
One thing also we got to keep an eye on tonight, I think Coach Winstead dressed 34 players. He had plus 40 at his JV game, and his point was, I want those guys to play on Thursday night. I don't want them to come here and just look pretty standing on the sidelines. Fort Dorchester's going to pick up 3 on the blast up the middle.
I believe only 8 seniors on this Goose Creek team. So it's very, 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 the youth movement is on at Goose Creek, and like I said, so far so good. They're holding their own, both really programs as well. As Sean Lorzano, the coach at Fort, also said he lost some guys to deflection as well. So both of these teams just trying to make the most of what they have. Both teams competing, these kids not quitting. That's what high school football is all about.
Yeah, they lost 8 starters on defense to graduation. Played 7 sophomores, 3 freshmen on Monday night. Goose Creek did. And, man, love the effort, not only by the running back to pick up a yard, but underneath that pile, that's number 22, Braden Reeves. This guy that's going to probably play every snap tonight.
What you love to see if you're that defensive coordinator for Goose Creek Band liaison. A lot of white jerseys at the football. No solo tackles. It's going to take a team effort. And really that's the case for both teams. You have to have multiple hats at the football to get these explosive running backs and quarterbacks from Goose Creek and Fort Dorchester on the ground.
4:53 left now, 3rd and 6. 3 receivers at the top. Matthews in the backfield. Adamski looks right, going to overthrow it. He's going to go to a 4th and 6 now. He had him open on the flats. Ball just soared on him a little bit.
Kind of rushed out a little bit, had an opportunity to kind of get his feet set and kind of step into the throw. But a little high on the pass, and again, 4th down. We saw Fort Dorchester go for it earlier in the contest. No doubt they'll go for it again here.
Yep, now we've got an interested viewer joining us in the booth.
Yeah, the principal, Trip Aldridge.
We got to be nice now. He's like right over our shoulder.
Exactly.
Got a little high school PTSD working right now. How about you?
We'll get him on here shortly and let him brag about all the great things going on here at Fort Dorchester.
4th and 6. Adamski back, going to run it up the middle. Not going to be able to break the pressure. That defensive pursuit by Goose Creek, and for the second time, not able to convert on 4th down.
Sukari Wright in the right place. He stops the Fort Dorchester
right
drive.
Time for a commercial break as we go. It is a 7-0 game. Goose Creek Fort Dorchester, week 1 of Friday Night Rivals.
I'm attorney Brandon Dawson with those Thumbs Up guys. We're in the business of helping injured people.
As soon as I spoke to the gentleman on the phone, it was like the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders.
They're so personable, stay on top of my case. It worked out perfectly.
At Contract Exteriors, we transform homes. Imagine the possibilities. Make your home new again with our expert craftsmanship and top quality materials. From stunning decks perfect for family gatherings to sleek, energy-efficient windows that brighten your space, Contract Exteriors brings your vision to life. And with our wide selection of siding options, we ensure your home's exterior reflects your style. And here's the best part: no payments for 12 months. Contact us today to start your journey to a refreshed home. Contract Exteriors, your trusted partner for home transformations.
When I first came to Coastal Wound Care, I was on crutches. I thought I was going to lose my leg, but Dr. Gregory assured me that he had everything under control. Now I'm at the point where I'm able to walk and the wound is healed.
Contact Coastal Wound Care today and start healing.
Closed captioning is brought to you locally by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make junk disappear.
High school principal Trip Aldridge joining us right now for the Educator Spotlight. The Thumbs Up guys, your personal injury law firm, winning cases, winning your trust. And this has been a winning athletic department for as long as I've worked here, and I've been here for 30 years.
Me too, yeah.
Right?
So we're really proud of what we're doing with our athletics here, and glad you guys can be here and share it with us tonight.
Yeah, I've been here quite a few times. And tell me a little bit about what's going on with the school. Back from the summer, what's that like for you? Adjustment?
Yeah, we are. Everybody's kind of getting their legs under them here these first couple of weeks. We're off to a great start. Of course, we're looking down the barrel of a long vacation weekend here. Everybody's ready for a break so we can come back refreshed. But the year has just started off great. We finished the year with a bang last spring. Looks like our school report card and all our information, when we're allowed to tell you about it, you're going to be very surprised.
It's good?
It's going to be great.
See, whenever we got good report cards at home, we took them to our mom and dad immediately. When we didn't, it wasn't good. Goose Creek looking to throw the ball, going to be incomplete, set up a 2nd and 10. Tell me a little bit about, from a principal's perspective, when we have all this rain on Friday, right? Are you watching the radar? Trying to keep ahead of the coach?
Yes, we are a bundle of nerves around here. I feel like an amateur meteorologist here at the school, keeping track of all of that for all of our teams that have to play and travel. I know last week we were supposed to be on the road, and we had to turn around.
He got on the road, right?
We did.
Ashley Ridge took him like an hour just to get Ashley Ridge because of traffic, and then turn around and come back.
Yeah, we were concerned, looking at the reports about what it might be like coming back later that night, and of course safety first for our kids, and so we were able to bump it out and play on Monday night, and that turned out great for us too. So.
Talk a little bit about, as Goose Creek looks at a 2nd and 10, still same offensive set. Talk about how the landscape of the defense looking great right there. Pressure going to lose about 4 yards. Talk about how the changing landscape of athletics and high school athletics, how it's got a ripple effect of what you've seen through the NIL portal and even the high school portal.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's looking at that now. I think the landscape has totally changed in the collegiate world, and of course that stuff always trickles down, and so everybody's eyeballing that. Different states are bringing out different rules about what they're going to allow and what they're not going to allow. Our high school league here in South Carolina has implemented new rules about transfer.
And the one rule is that if you're a senior, you can go wherever you want, no penalty.
Yes.
That's true,
yes,
correct?
They can do that as a senior, and each student gets an opportunity to transfer without penalty and make that work at some point during their career.
I know that it has hurt Goose Creek. I know that it has hurt you. We don't have to talk about how many, but what does that conversation look like between you and the coach, you and the kid, you and the parent?
So, I think it's important. One of the things that I want to point out and make note of is that we're looking to grow leaders and have people step into those roles. And now that the landscape's open and any student can walk away from any school, who's staying there and becoming the leaders? Who are the upperclassmen that are taking the roles in their programs? And I think across the region, across the state, we're seeing people feel the effects of that and, loyalty to your high school. And that's different. It's certainly different in the college world now, and I feel it changing in high school now.
I think for any high school program, and I'll take Fort Dorchester and Goose Creek since you guys are playing tonight, is that it comes down to culture, right? If you've got a crack in your foundation of culture, something like that is going to expose it, and it's going to weaken that foundation, right? And you look at what's happening with Fort Dorchester, you look at Goose Creek, how many people they've got hurt. These are kids who are stepping up and wanting to be a part.
Absolutely. We're so excited about our students that are here with us, that have been able to stick it out and step into leadership roles maybe sooner than they expected to in their high school career. But they're really stepping up, and we're trying to nurture that. And one thing that I do talk to Coach Lorenzano about is the culture we're building here and what we're doing, because we absolutely realize that that's what's important. That's what we have to hang our hat on right now, is what we're building with our culture.
And that's where that silver lining, the ability to be able to look at a young man in the eye and say, here's the deal, you can stick around, you can work through this, you can be that leader, and for those kids that are coming up to watch you, that's how you build a team.
Certainly, that's it. And you know, these kids, we have students here now who were elementary school students in our neighboring schools over at Windsor Hill, Eagle Nest, and they had large googly eyes when our football team came by and our cheerleaders visited their school, and they dreamed of being out here under the Friday night lights, and we're actually seeing that. I've got teachers in my school that were around that have known these kids since they were knee-high, and now they're here wearing the Fort Dorchester uniform and playing for us, and it's a dream come true, and really, you know, we're trying to help them realize that dream that they've held for so long.
And there are probably more freshmen and sophomores on this football field tonight combined than we've seen maybe ever, right? But what you're seeing is you're seeing 22 guys on a field busting their tails, working hard together. I mean, that's evident.
Absolutely. I understand that practices have been intense. The kids are working as hard as we could ask, and that's the secret to building this, and it's going to pay off. The dividends are coming down the line as we continue to grow as a team and develop what we have here.
Well, I appreciate your time tonight. It's good chatting. I can sit here and chat all night about it.
Well, there's some good football to watch, so I'm going to shut up and let you guys call this game.
And there's good football, and we love doing the basketball, and Coach McElveen is one of my favorites, and did a great job all the way around here at the school.
Well, he's down selling hot dogs in the concession stand tonight. He's around.
How many dogs you want? Ever would like 2, I'll take 2.
All right, I'll go put in an order.
I appreciate you.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Timeout. Minute 17, Goose Creek calls a timeout. They've got a nice drive put together. All those first downs, that contract exterior first down, trusted for siding and decking and all things exterior from kickoff to finish. Also thanks to Knights Companies, a team with leadership, integrity, loyal, and excellence, sponsoring our replays here in the second quarter. I mean, Everett, to do what these principals have to do now as far as athletics come, for the coaches to be able to manage what they've got to manage, and because I think Sean said it to us earlier, it's like, if a college loses a player to a portal, they got 2 or 3 guys stepping up.
Yeah.
Right?
You got 85 scholarships.
You have 2 wide receivers at Goose Creek who left this program because they didn't think they were getting a ball thrown to them by freshman quarterback. And so they left because they could, right? By rule, they could. Right. So you can't blame them for that. But as a coach, you're like, what are we doing? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put 9 guys on the line of scrimmage. We're going to run a wildcat on the left side, looking for a first down. Boy, nice job by Triple J. Jeff Jefferson on the play, making the stop, and Asante Green, nice backside pursuit. But it's got to be
very
frustrating. It's like one of those acceptance, right? You might as well read about acceptance in the morning every day when you come to work.
I mean, it's just nothing that you can do about it. And like you said, it's nothing illegal, but it's just very unfortunate, especially when you put so much time into these kids and then to see somebody else reap the benefits because of the rules. So, but again, both teams are dealing with it. They're not using it as an excuse. They're coming out and leaving it all on the field, and that's all you can ask for from your kids.
Fort Dorchester, by the way, with a 16-7 edge in this series. Patriots won last year 21-20. Last time they lost to Goose Creek, 2014. As they look to pick up a first down, and I think they got it. It's a contract exteriors first down, trusted for siding and decking and all things exterior from kickoff to finish. So, yeah, the chain's going to move. Clock's going to stop at 1:01 on the first down. They will reset it now.
Mr. Cordray in the mix once again. He's had a heck of a night tonight. He said his name, that defensive front, Terrence Sanders as well, the big guy in the middle, 5'10", 300 pounds, the junior. trying to slow down this Wildcat offense, or I guess Wild Gator offense of Goose Creek.
Yeah, I think they are probably outside of field goal range.
Especially when the kicker
42-yarder
got hurt earlier. As you see there on that stop, Mr. Savon Garrett again leading the charge for the Patriots. Timeout, Dino, but 37 seconds left. Right now, Fort Dorchester just trying to keep the Gators off the scoreboard, and of course, Goose Creek looking for a little insurance.
Coach Lorenzano was sharing with us, having so many freshmen and sophomores that they don't know what they don't know. And he said, these early games are going to be about getting rid of the game jitters and understanding what the pressure of playing is all about on Friday night. And, it was a lot of coach speak, but it was a lot of things that you would tell your own kid, right? Like, keep your eyes on what's right in front of you. What's down the road is down the road. But today we're going to try to get better. And I think that and again, it's something we'd have to ask for Dorchester after this first half of play. That they've lost so many kids to the portal, Goose Creek has. That they have lost so many kids to injuries. They don't have a quarterback. And all of a sudden, maybe they're thinking, walk in the park. But you don't walk in the park when there's gators laying around. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. A Jason Winstead team is going to come out and fight to the end. And I know we keep harping on Goose Creek, but again, Fort Dorchester, they've battled the transfer portal as well. Their top running back no longer here. He's, I believe, at Ashley Ridge. So both teams having to deal with the loss of players.
37 seconds left. Grant trying to keep it inbounds, going to get out of bounds, 21-yard line. Actually, a really nice play. Make it about a 3rd and 2.
Smart play by Grant to get out of bounds and stop that clock as he was being pursued once again by. You keep saying Triple J. Is he a junior?
He just said Jeff Jefferson. We call him Triple J. Okay. So I don't know if that's Jeff Jefferson with a jump shot. I don't know if it's Jeff Jefferson.
Maybe I was missing something.
I don't know if it's Jeff Jordan Jefferson.
Okay, all right.
We do have a player down right now for Fort Dorchester on the far side of the field, so we'll have a stoppage of play for that. But it's so interesting again, and I love being here tonight. Love hanging out with you again. But to be able to see these kids just play their tails off both sides of the ball. And that's what it's all about. Nobody's quitting, right? Nobody cares that, you lost your starting quarterback the last 2 years to a transfer. You lost another quarterback to a dislocated hip in the first scrimmage. You lost your only quarterback in the first game of the year. You've got a wide receiver who had a hernia and had surgery yesterday. You had a kid with a lacerated kidney, right? And it just goes on and on. The starting runner back, a kid named Sincere Lewis, he got hurt Monday night. He's not playing. Coach Winstead said he is as talented as a football player at his age that he has ever seen at Goose Creek High School. He had another wide receiver move to Louisiana, a center to Easley, a quarterback to Gaffney.
Yeah, he's lost a lot. Good to see Josiah Singleton, the 5'11 freshman, able to limp off. But he's just caught a Charlie horse. They need to bring out the pickle juice. Did you ever hear my pickle juice story?
No, but we'll talk about pickle juice in a minute. We got a big 3rd and 4 with 31 seconds left. Snaps going to go to Grant. He's going to pitch it to the inside. Cooper's going to cut it back. Cooper's going to pick up a first down. Stop the clock with 24 seconds left. Why are we talking about a 42-yard field goal? This team is looking for 6.
Touchdown saving tackle by Miguel Pearson.
You got Judge in the backfield. You got Grant as well. 19 seconds, 18, 17. He's going to spike it.
But
that looked more like a two-handed bounce pass from basketball than a spike.
A double dribble there. Stop the clock with 16 seconds. But actually, Dean, I think I may have been with you at Colleton County when this happened. So as you're not talking about a lacerated kidney, of course, I had a kidney transplant June 8, 2011, and so, I have to take anti-rejection meds. We're at Colleton County where the mosquitoes are the size of, human beings.
Volkswagens.
And so I'm on the sideline, and I need to take my, kidney meds. And so, I walk by the Colleton County bench, and I see some, water bottles, little Gatorade. So I'm like, hey, get some water to squirt. No, it's pickle juice. So I obviously try to spit it out and one of the athletic trainers just happened to be there, and she said, oh, yeah, we use that so when guys get cramps.
You get hydrated.
Quickly.
16 seconds left on the clock. Going to be direct snap. Back to Grant inside. He's going to take it down to the 9. Driven back to the 11-yard line. 10 seconds on the clock. They're going to get a timeout.
No, I don't think they have any timeouts left.
They're going to reset the clock. They got 4. They got 3. They got 2. They got 1. And they're going to miss it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Dean. No timeouts left. You run that play, and obviously Fort Dorchester very slow to get off the ground, and time runs out for Goose Creek.
Well, you've got, heading to the half. Very impressive 2 quarters of football by the visitors, the Goose Creek Gators. Friday Night Rivals, Knights Company, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. It is a 7-0 game, all heart by both sides. We're back with your halftime show after this.
AC struggling? Charleston Electric and Air has you covered. From expert electrical work and generator installation to fast, reliable AC repair. We keep your home powered and cool. One expert team, trusted for power, cooling, and comfort.
Thank you for allowing our family to serve your family at Charleston Electric and Air.
100% satisfaction. Your comfort guaranteed.
Suffering with debilitating back or neck pain? Don't wait to get a diagnosis. The Southeastern Spine Institute has everything you'll need to make pain a distant memory. At their state-of-the-art medical center, patients can get an MRI or X-ray, see a doctor, get a diagnosis, and then get treated, often in the same day.
In pain, we have everything you need under one roof. Make your own appointment at southeasternspine.com. No referral is needed.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
One of the great things about working with Rapid Repairs is that we are locally owned and operated for over 25 years. Doing business with Rapid Repairs, you get one of our great technicians or a representative of our management team, but also have a peace of mind that we as owners are vested in our community. We live here, we've grown up here, and we continue to serve our community. Rapid Repairs offers an extensive list of home repairs from underneath your house in your crawl space to your roof and everything in between.
If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs.
573-HELP.
Welcome back, everybody. Our News 4 halftime report for the most low-country news, weather, and sports. Trust News 4, ABC News 4, working for you. As the band gets ready to light up the field and light up the night with some awesome sounds of the Fort Dorchester Band and the Goose Creek Band, we're going to go ahead and get right and jump into our Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete tonight. Each week, the Thumbs Up guys are proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The students selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. And tonight we've got 3 scholar athletes. We've got one from last week, which we were not able to bring you because, of course, that game rained out on Friday night, week 0. And that is Aiden Grenwalt. So Aiden is at Hanahan High School. His GPA is 4.99. He was an honorable mention All-Region 2 years in a row, All-Region second team in 23, also 2024 Lifter of the Year. He was a Principal Honor Roll 3 years in a row, Dean's List, Trident Technical College, College National Honor Society member, Hanahan High School National Honor Society member, straight A student. He also marched with Beta Club for events to raise support in the community, worked with the National Honor Society to raise money for Walk for Water, St. Jude's, and the Ronald McDonald House, worked with Restoration Community Church with the youth group and Young Children at Church. He's also assistant coach for Little League flag football team. That is Aiden Grindelwald. As for Anna Alomar from Philip Simmons, a GPA of 5.30. I've never seen anybody so happy after they ran.
Well, I mean, I think, Dean, if you add my GPA together for all 4 years, it might not be 5.3.
She's an all-state runner, rookie of the year for cross country, 6th place at 3A track meet for the 3200, varsity soccer since her freshman year. She's sophomore board president, raised $1,000 for the MUSC Children's Hospital, Sean Jenkins Hospital, through Tropical Smoothie. Also a member of the Recycling Club and the Iron Hearts Club server at Daniel Point Retirement Community. I got to tell you, what a smile after running. Love that, love that. And as for tonight's game, let me introduce you to Hannah Franco, Fort Dorchester High School. Her GPA is 5.453. 3 years player in varsity volleyball, varsity soccer, her sophomore year. She was a 2024 Patriot Award for the Fort Dorchester High School girls soccer, part of the volleyball program for 4 years. In 25, she played volleyball. 89% serving percentage, averaged 3 digs per match. I can dig that. 2024-2025 Female Scholar Athlete of the Year, awarded by Prep Sports Award. She's also a member of the National Honor Society, member of the Beta Club, giving more than 90 volunteer hours, involved with Patriot Partners through leadership class. That was her junior year. Member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. She's the founder and president of the Hispanic Heritage Society, worked at a local bakery, Great Harvest, worked as a lifeguard for the North Charleston Aquatic Center, 20 to 40 hours a week. Congratulations to Hannah, Aiden, and also Anna. And right now, let's check out an interview with our Thumbs Up guys.
Amazing to think already year 3 with the Thumbs Up guys in our Scholar Athlete sponsorship, joined now by Jeff and Brandon of the Thumbs Up guys. Guys, welcome back for another year. How exciting, how much fun is this to jump on again?
Man, I can't believe it's year 3. You know, it's what we were talking about before we got on here, and it's just flown by. And we're so excited to be able to do it again this year and give away, you know, another check at the end of the year and meet all these amazing athletes, student athletes.
Yeah, it was really cool last year to have that dinner, and we actually got to meet them and talk with them and their parents. How impressive was that?
Oh, I mean, they look great on paper. We've seen the videos, you know, we've seen them perform in their different sports, but then meeting them and the conversations we had, the conversation with the parents, it's very obvious why they're succeeding at the level they are, because you meet the parents and they're just incredible support systems for them.
Awesome. That's Brandon and Jeff from Thumbs Up guys, presenting sponsors of our Scholar Athlete right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
I was in a lot of pain. I saw a Thumbs Up Guys commercial and I gave them a call. I felt like more than just a client. I felt like they were friends of mine.
Helping injured people is what we do. If you've been injured, call us. We're those Thumbs Up guys.
In Charleston, success is worth celebrating. At All American Awards, we help you recognize excellence with custom awards and trophies that truly stand out. Everything from name badges and custom acrylics to sports awards. All American Awards makes it easy for you to honor your company or team's hard work and dedication with high-quality craftsmanship. Let All American Awards help you celebrate success. We are Charleston's choice for quality recognition.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. The fun never stops. We host birthday parties and Friday night open gyms, too. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the force.
Do you or someone you care about feel anxious about visiting the doctor for the first time? From the moment you walk through the door, at Coastal Wound Care, we treat every patient like family. Contact Coastal Wound Care today.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
Welcome to the Friday Night Rivals News 4 Halftime Report. News 4, working for you.
Welcome back to Fort Dorchester High School. Our halftime report, 7-0 Goose Creek over Fort Dorchester. As we take a look at the Fort Dorchester band, and we talk about the band, the extracurricular activities that go on the sidelines of a football field. We also got to also include the cheerleaders. You know, every school has their cheerleading squad. You know, the numbers seem to grow every year, Everett, that we see more and more student athletes taking part, being a cheerleader, and our Delta Force All-Stars chaired the game. We're not going to be able to bring that to you tonight, but we do want to thank Delta Force All-Stars for sponsoring that, and we recognize the importance of that activity, and
they work just as hard as the football players. You know, when you think about the marching band, the cheerleaders, football, all these young athletes, young people, just doing a great job. You mentioned the extracurricular, being involved, supporting their school, being that extra oomph that you need, that kind of school spirit. So kudos to the cheerleaders, the band that's performing right now, the football teams, both of them, all season long. We'll be able to bring to you the cheer competition. We always love that, the Delta Force. Pencil guy, he loves gets on that one.
Delta Force going on.
Yeah, but it'll be good to have them. But, yeah, we love what the cheerleaders and the band do at each and every high school.
And tonight's trophy and the Scholar Athlete plaques at the end of the season are provided by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. You see it right there, the Knights Company's ABC for My TV Charleston Friday Night Rivals, August 29, 2025. And then after the game tonight, make sure to switch over to ABC News 4 and get complete highlights from all the action around the Lowcountry with ABC News 4 Sports Director Scott Eisberg and Webb Wright. Friday Night Rivals on ABC News 4 starts at 11:05 tonight. What do you got?
Best in the business, man. I love it when you get those public school, but yes, I love those Skeeza-Pleeza highlights that Scotty and Webb bring each and every Friday night.
Yep. So what year were you an intern at Sports 4?
Well, I graduated high school in 92, so that would have been like 1989, 1990?
Yeah, 90, 91, 92, right around there.
Yeah, come a long way.
We'll talk about that. Yes, you have. We all have. About 3.5 minutes left in this halftime. We're going to break 7-0. We're going to come back. We will get action started for your third quarter of Week 1 of Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
They T-boned me. I didn't even see it. I could not walk. I could not lift my hands. And I'm so happy that I went with the Thumbs Up guys. Your world taken care of, no worries.
Helping injured people is what we do. If you've been injured, call us. We're those Thumbs Up guys.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
What if you could change your future in just 1 or 2 years?
At Trident Technical College, you can invest in yourself and see real results.
And with low or even no-cost tuition, your education is one of the best investments you can make.
It's called ROI, a return on investment.
That means what you put in today pays off for years to come.
Greater job satisfaction.
More financial freedom.
A better future.
College is worth it, and so are you.
I stepped on a wood screw and I went and saw 2 other doctors and they wanted to amputate my foot. I heard about Coastal Wound Care. Dr. Gregory and his staff saved my foot. They did a wonderful job and I can walk.
Contact Coastal Wound Care today.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
Closed captioning is brought to you locally by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make junk disappear. Welcome to the Friday Night Rivals News 4 Halftime Report. News 4, working for you.
7-0, Goose Creek after half of football. We talk about football. Week 1 here. Week 1 getting going tomorrow on ABC News 4 and college football. Goose Creek is on the field. Let's first take a look at who's playing tomorrow. Well, at noon, it's Texas, Ohio State.
Sorry, sir, we're only talking about games that are on ABC News 4.
We got that going for us. Any other games on ABC News 4 tomorrow?
There's a pretty big one at 7:30. Actually, tomorrow morning at about 7, I think I'll hop in the car and head up to the real Death Valley to watch LSU and Clemson battle it out.
Are you really going up?
Yeah, man. I got a daughter in college now. And killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Syracuse, Tennessee. Tennessee ranked 24th. That is a 12 o'clock start on ABC, followed by Alabama and Florida State. That's where the pencil is sharpening his skills.
Nice. Nice.
That's at 3:30, and then at 7:30, Death Valley, LSU Clemson, number 9 versus number 4.
It's like golf. The
on
lower
ABC.
number, the better.
I will tell you that this is probably one of the better slates of ABC games that we've seen in one day, and I think that is part of how all of these conferences have realigned and some of the big matchups that you're getting early on.
But don't we have yeah, you just said Bama and Florida State and Tallahassee, correct. But yeah, you're right now, especially early on in the season and a week 1 battle. Got some great games going on right now. I think Colorado's playing Georgia Tech, and football's here, man. And, we got 5 straight days starting on yesterday of football. Had games last night, obviously tonight, tomorrow, and then, of course, on Sunday, you got the Gamecocks and Virginia Tech and Miami and Notre Dame, and then wrap it up on Monday, Labor Day, with Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tar Heels hosting the TCU Frogs. So,
do you remember probably 4 years ago when that little quarterback from Texas committed to Clemson? I'm pretty sure I texted you.
You absolutely did.
And I said, you got a good one. And you were like, oh, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
2
see.
years ago, I was definitely cursing you.
Right. But I knew. I saw him play. I saw the kind of leader that he was. I kept track of him.
Actually, I told Pencil, a.k.a. that's your son, say, man, why don't we have a rematch of that first round playoff game last year? The last game of the season this year on January the 19th.
I think what happens, though, when you play teams that resemble ding-dongs, Twinkies, and cupcakes, it's easy to get to the playoffs pretty easy. But then while you're there, you run into, like, real teams and real schools, and I'm not sure you're going to actually make it to that Final 2 or Final 4.
We shall see, my friend. We shall see.
As we go to break, we are going to quit talking about pastries and danishes. Come back for the final 2 quarters of football. Goose Creek with a 7-0 lead.
Dorchester 2 Educational Foundation, News 4's August community partner, spreading awareness to build public advocacy for the district and to infuse resources to the students and educators. Learn more at dd2foundation.org/242.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. The fun never stops. We host birthday parties and Friday night open gyms, too. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
Honey, I don't think the AC is working. Call Plum Pro Plus.
AC issues?
Looks like it's the contactor.
I've got a new contactor.
Plum Pro Plus is Charleston's #1 plumbing, heating, and air company for a reason. Call the pros today to find out how you can get a new AC system for as little as $3 a day. Call the pros you can trust. Call Plum Pro Plus today.
Always stop when the stop arm is out. Don't be the reason they miss their moment. Stop means stop.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
Welcome back, Steve LaPrade Field here at Fort Dorchester High School. We are getting ready for the final 24 minutes of this football game. We had an opportunity to talk as Coach Winstead was walking off the field, and he shared with us, a little bit about what he saw in the first half.
Yeah, a little disappointed. Obviously, you want to tack some points there at the end, but very happy with his team's performance so far. Able to hold them scoreless there in the first half, so hopefully he'll see the same in the second half. But, again, wanted to kind of get at least 3 points on the board there at the end, but time just ran out.
I told him before the game, and, I've been blessed to have friendships with, a lot of these high school football coaches through the years. And I saw Coach Winstead before the game, and I told him, I said, when we interviewed you yesterday, I was about as sad as I've ever seen a football coach. And he looked at me, and I said, but Ray Stackley used to do the same thing when he was a Stratford. He was like, I don't know, Dean. We got some guys that we just don't think they can play, and we'll be lucky to get off the field this year. And then 12 weeks later, he was like 11-1. And I told Winstead the same thing. I said, man, I ain't falling for this. And he goes, just watch. And I've been watching, right?
Very impressed. Undermanned, kind of patching it all together. And not only that, but on a short week. He played on Monday, so kudos to Goose Creek. Fort Dorchester, despite not playing their best half of football, only down one score, plenty of football left to be played. This game is up for the taking.
But think about this, too, right? You play Monday. Goose Creek plays Monday.
Correct.
The quarterback gets hurt off the rip.
Second play, Aaron Rodgers-esque.
Off the rip. You have to you come back to school on Tuesday without any quarterbacks, and all of a sudden you got to implement a brand new
in 2 days.
Wildcat offense, which is whole new blocking scheme, I would think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you're doing it on the road against a pretty good football team.
That's coming off a big win. They're
and
riding
you are
high.
Moving the ball.
Kind of with ease. There's 1 or 2 possessions where Fort was able to get that penetration and kind of slow them down. But if you're Fort Dorchester, football is a 4-quarter game, not a 2-quarter game. So you have to just kind of throw that first half in the trash.
Yeah.
The score 0-0. Come out. They're going to get the football to start the second half. You want to go on a long, sustained drive and try to get back in this game.
Well, Coach Lorenzano told us that there's so much talent in this area, and he said, we've got to be better on offense. We've got to create an identity. He said they've got to be physical. He said Goose Creek will be physical. They've got to outwork them. They've got to out-hard them. They've got to outplay them. And I think in the first half, Goose Creek outplayed them at least. I didn't see any let-up from Fort Dorchester, but this is the second week in a row now where they've not put up a point in the first half, right? And so the good news is last week in the locker room, somebody woke up.
Right.
Or somebody woke them up.
Right.
And they scored 17. So, for Goose Creek, their plan, obviously unchanged, ground and pound. And they've been able to do that. And then don't turn the ball over. They put the ball on the carpet one time tonight, but they did recover it.
Right.
I think maybe they've had 1 or 2 penalties.
Yep. It's pretty much a pretty clean especially for game number 2 of the season when you have so many youngsters in terms of freshmen and sophomores. So you're right. They won the time of possession there in the first half. They won the scoreboard. Now the question is, can these freshmen and sophomore for Goose Creek do it again, or will Fort Dorchester for the second consecutive week wake up, bring their A game in the second half, and try to sneak away with the win here on their home opener at Steve LaPrade Field?
So we've got to play exactly what is right in front of them, and for Dorchester, that has got to be a nice drive. Goose Creek's going to kick this one through the end zone.
Did I miss something, Dean? It kicked off at the 50-yard line.
Braxton Carlson kicking for the Gators. Fort Dorchester football, they're on 20-yard line. First down.
Unfortunately, the 2025, 2026 South Carolina High School League football rule book in my car, so I can't tell you if they changed the rules to move it to the 50-yard line.
No, they definitely normally kick from the 30, or is it the 35?
I don't know.
But yeah, they definitely took that that kickoff from the 50-yard line. But needless to say, 1st down and 10 for the Patriots.
For Dorchester now making a switch up. They've got number 17, Messiah Rivers, a quarterback, stepping in. Not sure if their starter is hurt or they just want to try to get a different flow going. They're going to take this one right up the middle, pick up about 5 yards on the first play coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, Rivers, 6'2", 165-pound sophomore, getting some action. And sometimes you just need that change of pace. Not that necessarily that first half was bad for Adamski, but sometimes you got to change it up and see if somebody else can have an opportunity to ignite this offense.
The 2nd and 5. He's going to drop back and look down the left side. He's going to air it out. It's going to be a moon ball. Number 5 makes a great adjustment. That's Lorez Matthews. Really does put the brakes on, waits for the ball to come down. The defensive back for Goose Creek kept going down the field, never looked back to see where that ball was.
Yeah, Hughes Richards was going stride for stride, and then at the last minute, like you say, he didn't look back, and a nice job by Matthews making that adjustment, coming back to the football, making the easy catch. 1st down and 10 for the Patriots there in Goose Creek territory.
What you don't want to hear is a Goose Creek player down on the field. When we come back from break, we'll let you know what's going on. 7-0 Goose Creek.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
Used cars, trucks, and SUVs, oh my! Fully inspected with great warranty options. No payments till November with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knight's Companies? It's more than just a job. It's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knight's Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
Cruise has lots of new certified pre-owned and local trade-ins with no payments till November. And we're giving back to our community. Together, let's drive. Cruise Chevy on Rivers, cruisechevrolet.com.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
You see that ball lofted, and Matthews just comes back, makes a really nice play on it.
It looked like he almost threw a sack fly in baseball, but it worked in his benefit to be able to underthrow it and allow the wide receiver to come back forward. So
that was Andre Jefferson, by the way, down on the turf, able to get up and walk off under his own power. Rivers still in the game, quarterback for Fort Dorchester. Messiah, sophomore, picks a snap off the turf, looks, thinks about running, going to scoot out to the left side, going to pull it back, going to throw it deep. He's got a guy wide open, and it was a white jersey, and went right through the arms of number 23, Keate Hughes Richards.
Yeah, he wishes he had that one back, but as they say, that's why he's in the secondary, not a wide receiver. No, not for him particularly. Just, usually DBs at that higher level, they put those guys just for coverage. But yeah, he'll be dreaming about that one tonight, being able, because that could have been an easy interception for him, but great coverage by that young man. He'll want that one back.
You got a flag down back at the 44-yard line, and they look like they are
personal
holding. Nope. Oh, we got offsetting, so you got a holding on the offense, pass interference on the defense. So let's just try it again.
Referee tonight. Good crew here for this ball game. The white hat himself.
That's Kerry Collins.
Kerry's brother, Paige, I believe, still the head football coach at Northwestern up in the upper state.
1st and 10 from the 37. They're going to stay to the ground. And great pursuit on the outside by number 22. That is Braden Reeves, and he has had a heck of a game.
Look at that. Talk about the pursuit of Reeves, getting it done in the backfield, blowing plays up, and that's what we've seen from Fort Dorchester offensively all night. They'd have a great play, and then they kind of negate it by having either a penalty or a sack like that. So kudos to the Goose Creek defense. They're bringing the heat tonight.
Number 34, Shakari Wright was down on the play, and a player came over and just lifted him up almost to say, like, we don't have another body. You got to get up. Right linebacker, you see him, number 34, readjusting.
We've said his name a ton tonight. He's been all over the place.
Rivers back on 2nd and 14. Pump fake's going to scramble out, and that pocket's going to collapse. Another flag is down. Rivers slips at the 42. This one looks like it's going to be a holding as well.
And once again, there's Security Wright, the sophomore linebacker, running sideline to sideline.
Really impressed with that defensive line.
And give credit to Messiah Rivers. So far, he's been running for his life, but he's been able to keep these plays alive. Just unfortunately not able to connect on the big play. But as you mentioned, Dean, another penalty flag, and this time it looks like it's going to be against Goose Creek.
What was it, face mask?
Yep. So I believe it was a face mask was the call. Just a 5-yard penalty, so it must have been incidental. 3rd down and 10 looks like coming up. Can this Goose Creek defense bend but don't break? They gave up the big play, but yet the Patriots still looking for their first points of the night.
They're literally playing like a 5-2 or a 3-2-5, but they're bringing everybody. They're going to blitz it up the middle. Nowhere to go for Dorchester running back Mikhail Warthen. And it'll come up with a 4th and maybe 8.
We saw Cameron Campbell come out the pack. Also Security Wright. All night long, it's been a Gator call at the football. This defense, very impressive after giving up 30 points on Monday.
Twice before in the first half. Fort Dorchester went for it on 4th down. We're not able to convert. They've got it 3rd and 9. I guess that was a 2nd down play because of the face mask call. So 3rd and 9, ball on the ground.
Here's where you kind of, if you're the head coaches, you don't want to see this. Play getting a little sloppy, undisciplined, just some unforced turnover penalties. And this one looks like it's offsides against Goose Creek.
You know, it's interesting. We talked about how there were maybe 3 or 4 penalties called. We just had 3 or 4 called in the last 5 minutes. But I think in that case they were so aggressive, wanting to get in. I think Elijah Mack kind of overstepped there.
And, you know, sometimes, Dean, the best way to slow down that rush is just to throw a screen, invite them to come in, use their aggressiveness to their disadvantage, and come up with a big play.
Goose Creek showing a blitz. 8:53 on the clock right now. Fort Dorchester's having to call a timeout. And again, not having that play clock, you wonder if that comes back and forced the Big Blue to call a timeout.
It's a big 3rd down coming up here for Fort Dorchester, trying to obviously come up with some points here. You got to figure this is 2-down territory. So they have 2 plays to come up with 5 yards.
Well, they know this is a Coastal Wound Care 1st down opportunity, the best in healing. And what would heal what has ailed them in the first half would be to pick up a 1st down here, continue their march for a touchdown. Again, you play 2 halves of football this year and not score a point. Got to be concerning for Fort Dorchester. But when you put up 17 straight on the road against Buford, you're feeling pretty good, and maybe that's why they went and made the change. Rivers now coming off the field.
Yeah, we cut out with Coach Lorenzano there at the half, and he was like, yeah, we were in the same predicament last week. You know, there's a lot of football left to be played, but he admitted, yeah, we got to play better. So they went over a bunch of things in the locker room, and he was looking forward to a better second half. So far, 50-50.
So you got Savon Garrett in the backfield right now. And they have jammed up the middle. Look like they're going to run it. They don't have a quarterback. Garrett's going to take the ball, going to split it to the outside, and he is an absolute tank, a truck, and he is boogieing all the way down to the 5-yard line, pulled out of bounds, flagged down at the 16, though.
Jeez, he brought a bunch of Goose Creek Gators with him. Get on my back, as he was trying to wheel his team into the end zone for the first time tonight. But as you mentioned, Dean, a penalty flag at the 16.
Which is a tough call, simply because it's 15 yards past the 1st down.
And unfortunately, the penalty will be enforced from where the flag was thrown.
And apparently it was on Goose Creek.
Face mask.
How about that?
What a run by Garrett. Nothing fancy here. Just give it to him. There's the face mask. We just saw it. Even grabbing his face mask could not get him to the ground. He was determined to reach the end zone.
And they're going to go back, and he's going to take it inside. Fort Dorchester on the board at home. 7-6 on 1st and goal. And that is a Coastal Wound Care first down before that, and a Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college. As they pulled off the Rapid Repairs red zone touchdown. 3 sponsors, 1 call there, E-Dog.
Hey, thumbs up on that one, buddy.
There's
4.
But
how about that stuff on Garrett? Last week, he was the player of the game on the defensive side with 10 tackles. Today, he's pulling his Travis Hunter. He's now on the offensive side, and the Patriots are extra point away from tying it up.
8:31 on the clock, game clock. Ball snapped low. Kick.
Oh, missed it.
That hit a goalpost. Doesn't matter what it hit, didn't go through. It's a 7-6 Goose Creek lead as we go to break.
I'm attorney Brandon Dawson with those thumbs up guys. We're in the business of helping injured people.
As soon as I spoke to the gentleman on the phone, it was like the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders. They're so personable, stay on top of my case. It worked out perfectly.
When you come home, do you love what you see? You will when you choose Hardy Siding from Contract Exteriors. Only Hardy products are engineered for climate. They're specifically designed to stand up to the heat, humidity, and hurricanes of South Carolina, helping ensure your home stays looking beautiful for years to come. Discover your perfect homecoming by visiting contractexteriors.com. When it's time to re-side, come home to something better.
When I first came to Coastal Wound Care, I was on crutches. I thought I was going to lose my leg, but Dr. Gregory assured me that he had everything under control. Now I'm at the point where I'm able to walk and the wound is healed.
Contact Coastal Wound Care today and start healing.
Cruz Chevrolet. You take a look at some of those highlights of Savon Garrett running the football there, and all I'm thinking about is you're not going to be able to tackle him from the waist up.
Yeah, no, that run reminded me of Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch in that playoff game when he's with the Seahawks against the Saints, just basically carrying people into the end zone. Or it also reminded me of, was it Hunter Renfrow when he was at Clips? Anyway, but yeah, that was a very impressive run there by the Patriots.
I would just inform you that the younger generation has no idea who Marshawn Lynch is, other than he's the guy that eats Skittles a lot. Right? You have to find somebody else, like
that's
maybe
a good point.
Derrick Henry. But yeah, I'm not saying a crucial drive coming up here for Goose Creek, but momentum has swung a bit to the home team.
Safe to say you are correct there, my friend.
That ball's picked up at the 4-yard line by Grant. This kid's got the speed. He gets brought down at the 26-yard line. Nice job by the special teams from Fort Dorchester. Right now, I want to send it down to our third member of our team, Bob.
Years here, you're doing your cheerleading. You've been practicing for months before the game even started.
Yeah, we start in May and try practice all through the summer and get them ready for the football season.
I've been watching you the whole game. You guys have been doing an outstanding job. Let's show us your favorite cheer here.
All right, let's show them our cheer, guys.
All right. Good job. Keep up the good work. We'll send it back to you guys upstairs.
All right, True Rob, thanks so much there with the Fort Dorchester cheerleading squad. And thank you to the Delta Force All-Stars Cheer for sponsoring and being a part of our broadcast tonight. All right, back to the 9-man front with a quarterback and a running back. In this case is Porter again taking the ball down to the 30-yard line. Going to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. Make it 8. And that is some yak right there.
Boy, he definitely has been huge for Goose Creek tonight. Derek Porter's essentially been a one-man wrecking crew. Obviously, his offensive line doing a great job opening those holes, but those are the types of plays you want, getting 6, 7, 8 yards on first down. Again, you want to string a bunch of first downs together, go on a nice, long, sustained drive, get that momentum back on your side, and try to use as much of this clock as possible here in the third quarter.
7:23 left in the third quarter. Going to go back to Porter. He's going to cut it to the outside. Looks like he stumbles, keeps his feet, walks out of bounds after picking up a first down, a Coastal Wound Care first down, the best in healing. And I tell you what, this kid's just a sophomore. They're missing one of their best running backs, also a sophomore.
And all their quarterbacks, you see Jason Winstead quickly comes in to make sure there's no extracurricular taunting going on by Derek Porter. But, again, just two guys competing. Love of the game.
Replay brought to you by the Thumbs Up Guys, your personal injury law firm, winning cases and winning your trust. All right, first down from the 37. Porter with back-to-back runs, picking up a total of 12 yards on those two carries. Going to take it again straight up the middle. Going to pick up 4 before he's picked up and taken down by the Fort Dorchester defense.
Pumping off that bottom of that pile for Fort Dorchester. Looked like it was Peyton Hertz as well as Cameron Gathers for the Patriots. I can tell you one thing. Mr. Porter's definitely going to be in the ice tub tomorrow morning.
Yep, he is.
He's getting a lot of work as he takes a break right now. I believe he's been playing on defense as well. So he definitely is he is getting his money's worth tonight and doing a great job for this Goose Creek Gator football team.
Yeah, William Manty, wide receiver, playing right on the line. I love this, how these wide receivers, tight ends, are now tight ends. This one snapped back to Grant. He's going to take it inside. Jitterbugs all the way out to about the 45-yard line. He'll be 3 yards short of a first down. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus night of the game, presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out. The red lights are flashing, paid for tonight by NHTSA, N-H-T-S-A.
Tell you what, Fort Dorchester needs a NHTSA stop right here because it's a big third down facing this Goose Creek offense. Can the Patriot defense rise to the occasion?
They've run 2.5 minutes off the clock right now. Fort Dorchester bringing everybody close. And Grant loses his footing, then loses the ball, and loses about 8 yards on the play. Just unfortunate circumstance.
You have to wonder if he saw the blitz coming and kind of took his eyes off of it, got distracted, fumbled the football. Usually it would tell you to basically, you saw he slip and fell there, not to bend over. You want to get down on the ground, but the pressure being applied there, and it looks like Cameron Gathers will be credited with the tackle. It's going to force fourth down, and Goose Creek's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, he just lost his footing there, and then the ball squirted out next. So Fort Dorchester will get the ball back with about 4 minutes left here in the third quarter, down a point.
The punting game is giving Goose Creek a little bit of trouble tonight.
This one is kicked, fielded at the 30, out to the 35, out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So good field position by Fort Dorchester.
Nice tackle there by Braden Reeves. Much better kick for the Gators.
We've got a timeout on the field. 7-6. Can Fort Dorchester find the end zone again? Can they find their first lead of the game? We're back in 2 minutes.
AC struggling? Charleston Electric and Air has you covered. From expert electrical work and generator installation to fast, reliable AC repair. We keep your home powered and cool. One expert team, trusted for power, cooling, and comfort.
Thank you for allowing our family to serve your family at Charleston Electric and Air.
100% satisfaction. Your comfort guaranteed.
The field, the lights, the crowd. It's everything to them. But one missed stop can turn a celebration into silence. This isn't how any season is supposed to end. Always stop when the stop arm is out. 1 second can save a lifetime of pain.
When you're suffering with debilitating back or neck pain, every minute in pain matters. At the Southeastern Spine Institute, you can now get right in to see the right doctor for your specific problem. And since everything is under one roof, you don't have to travel all over town to get back to your active life sooner. Call the Southeastern Spine Institute now at 866-SPINE-50. And since no referral is needed, you can make your own appointment.
Honey, the AC stopped working. Call Plum Pro Plus.
AC issues? I'm on it. Found the issue.
Plum Pro Plus is Charleston's #1 plumbing, heating, and air company for a reason. Call the pros today to find out how you can receive a free heater with the purchase of a new AC system. Call the pros you can trust. Call Plum Pro Plus today.
Welcome back to Fort Dorchester, everybody. You're watching Knights Company Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. Right now, you take a look at this Goose Creek defense, and they have played really well, giving up a long pass from Rivers. The quarterback brought in to start the third quarter, coming back out now for another series. And that's really the big play they've given up, and then the big run by Garrett. But you got to think, they start to
a couple of big
get
runs.
Tired a little bit.
Especially when you have guys going both ways, limited depth for Goose Creek. Can they hold on here in the second half?
They're going to go ahead and go back again. Little swing, little drop. The ball is dropping. Looked like a little jump shot. Grant can't pick it up, or Worthen. Good pressure, though, from the Goose Creek defense.
Yeah, Cannon Williams shot out of a cannon, came right up the middle in the face. Nice adjustment that time by the quarterback for Fort Dorchester, Rivers. Nice little dump off. But you got to watch the ball into your hand. You can't run before you come up with the catch.
Taylon McMichael, wide receiver, going to be set left with Lorez Matthews. 4 receiver set. Devin Gates to the top. So they're trying to spread that defense out. Can't really blitz if you've got too many guys. You got almost 6 defensive backs right now. Now a jump off sides at the top of your screen. Looked like that was Aiden Rutledge.
You know, when you spread them out like that, sideline to sideline, it should open up the running holes, in the middle, and you force that defense to go sideline to sideline.
Well, you've seen how elusive Rivers has been tonight in the short time that we've seen him on the field. So you spread everybody out, and all
Correct.
of a sudden it's Rivers versus 1 or 2 guys.
And especially if it's man coverage, you just tell your wide receivers just to run down the field
as far as you can.
Break containment because they'll have their back turned to the quarterback.
So 2nd and 15, they're going to run the ball up the middle. You got to go low if you're going to tackle these guys. That was number 4, Mikel Worthen, 5'9", 175 pounds, running like 225.
He is running people over and running over anything in his way. A tough physical run there by Worthen, a good-looking 5'9", 175-pound junior for the Patriots.
9-yard pickup, going to leave 3rd and 5. They're going to run it back in the middle again. Goose Creek defense standing up to the task that time. I tell you what, number 45, Cannon Williams, coming through like a freaking cannonball.
And Elijah Mack holding on for dear life. And you can tell, Dean, Fort Dorchester trying to speed up the tempo, trying to wear down this Goose Creek defense.
Yep, 4th and 3rd, or 4th and 3, should I say, coming up. And in the backfield, look for number 10, Savon Garrett. He's back there with number 30. That's Casamania Milo, the defensive lineman.
Under 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. A crucial 4th down here for both teams.
Fort Dorchester gone to the Wildcat look that Goose Creek has done all night long. Ball's going to go to Milo. He fumbles it a bit, and Goose Creek is there. Flag is thrown at the top of the play as they're stopped for the 3rd time on a 4th down play. Fort Dorchester, Goose Creek defense swarming.
Elijah Mack in the backfield for Goose Creek. And it's like both teams, they don't fear the pass, so they can just come up with an all-out blitz.
Jason Winstead, this looks like it's going to go against Goose Creek, considering their coach is about 10 yards on the field.
No, I think he was saying, hey, I want to decline the penalty. He wanted to make sure that the run did not result in a first down. So it did not. So he declines the penalty, loss of downs, and first down and 10, and outstanding field position for Goose Creek.
Well, fourth down, I believe they are now 1 for 4 tonight on fourth down conversions. So a lot of props to the Goose Creek defense.
And really, when you think about it, Dean, while Goose Creek has had a lot of success offensively moving the football tonight, a lot of their possessions, they've had outstanding field position and only able to capitalize with 7 points. So both defenses getting it done tonight clearly, with the score being 7-6 with 2:44 left to play in the third quarter.
And they'll start.
Oh, look at Andy Reid's shift here.
There was, and somebody jumped off sides for Dorchester. Nobody called, though. They're going to keep it in the inside. Boy, it's hard to see who actually had that ball. It's going to go to the left side.
It's our main man.
That's Cooper.
Yep.
Going to lose a yard.
Actually, that's Derek Porter with the football. And Chaz Mitchell, one of the Fort Dorchester Patriots, in on the stop. Loss of 1. And again, when there's no threat to throw the football, you can keep inching, and inching closer towards the, to the line of scrimmage. And as you mentioned, Dean, it's going to make it more difficult to find any running lanes.
2:07 on the clock.
I mean, they got 8 in the box.
They've got a little jet sweep. Grant's going to take it inside. He's got a crease in the middle. He's off. Can he be caught? He's down to the 10, down to the 5, taken down by Triple J. But what a run by number 4.
Yep, like I just said, it would make it very difficult to run and find running lanes. And lo and behold, shot out of a jet was the quick Zavon Grant. It was a foot race. Give credit to Jefferson, touchdown-saving tackle, but great blocking here. He found the seam, even faked out the camera guy, and he was off. This guy can flat out fly.
I'm looking for exactly what Jason Winstead said about him. He said he's small, but got great moves.
Very elusive.
And he has made a move. Goose Creek with the ball inside the 5-yard line now. That first down brought to you by Coastal Wound Care, the best in healing. It's going to be Porter now. He's going to go to the left side. Going to be stopped a little short.
Nope.
He will not be stopped a little short. He will be in for another touchdown, the second of the night for Goose Creek. As your Trident Technical College touchdown, your future, your college, and Wildcat 24/7 is in the future of the Goose Creek Gators.
Tell you what, if Jason Winstead never throws football again this season, I can understand why. Again, just run behind your blocking. Does a nice job getting behind his pads, and that offensive line of Goose Creek flat out dominant in the trenches tonight. They have owned that defensive line of Fort Dorchester.
Derek Porter cashing in the Rapid Repairs red zone. And if your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs. And I'll tell you, the other thing that jumped out at me as we were prepping for this game is, and you could tell it wasn't just coach speak, right? But he was like, these guys are having fun in practice. And Jason said, I'm really enjoying and being energized by going back and just coaching the fundamentals of football. He said, a lot of these guys, I got to stop and go, no, you line up here. No, you wait for this guy to break. No, you're doing this and this and this.
And that's when you have a normal offseason and a normal training camp. He's doing all of this in 3 days of preparation. So you're right. It's just the fundamentals. These guys like each other. It's that us against the world mentality. People counting them out. They're not going to just wave the white flag. Goose Creek is here to play, and a very solid performance thus far against Fort Dorchester.
And then you go back and you got to look at that fourth down play and not being able to convert. And if you punt it, right? Maybe you pin him inside the 20, make him go 80 yards, and don't give him an extra 30 or 40.
But the message that you send to your team, and I believe in you. That's why I'm going for it on a fourth down. I know you can do it. Offensive lineman, we've been running the football all night long. I need to run it again. Uncle Momentum back on the side of Goose Creek. Good job by the Gators answering the score of Fort Dorchester.
Kick taken about the 20-yard line on the inside. Going to take it to the outside. There's room to run out there. Flag comes down. 2 flags come down. Taken out at the 35-yard line by Hayden Denmark.
So Kanan Williams on the stop. Dean, we were talking about it earlier in the second half, where they kick off from in high school football.
Yeah.
I know, obviously I'm 51. I'm not sure how old you are, Dean.
Yeah.
Both of us have bad eyes. But if we look there at the 40, there's a big X. That would indicate where they kick off from. That's where they kicked off.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what the X stands for.
That's not an asterisk?
That's not where the helicopter lands. That's what that's where they kick off. I just noticed that.
Let's see what they are calling right now. Hendricks or Denmark, Hayden Denmark was kind of down on squatting position, like he had maybe committed the foul. He was the guy on the play. Face mask. Third face mask call this half against Goose Creek.
A free. Yep, there it is. Not an asterisk, not a star. Very good. This is Mark the key. Great officiating crews we mentioned. Referee tonight, the white hat, Kerry Collins. Umpires, Malik Grant. Line judge is Joe Jackson, not the baseball player. One is Chris Humphrey, and the back judge is Wayne Turn. As you see, can't turn the head that way. Denmark was credited with the tackle, but also got a little bit of that face mask, and that's why Fort Dorchester will start inside the 49-yard line.
Messiah Rivers back in shotgun. Durant in the backfield with him. 4 wide receivers set. Durant now moving out, and that's where Rivers is going to go with the ball. Finds a split screen, or a split seam, should I say. Takes it out for a 6-yard play, or 6-yard gain.
Williams on the stop once again, and they've had success. That's the second time they've run that play tonight. Both times picked up 5 or 6 yards. That swing pass seems to be in the favor of Fort Dorchester.
Hayden Denmark was down, and again, you got a couple guys running over, picking him up, and go, not yet. We still got another 12 minutes to go.
25 seconds left here in the third quarter.
2nd and 5. Rivers takes a snap, looks left, throws left, deep bomb, going to be just a couple yards past.
You've got a friend in the car business.
Suburban and Tahoe and Silverado, oh my! Get these and more new Chevrolets in stock. Special financing and no payments till November with approved credit. Together, let's drive cruisechevrolet.com and Cruise Chevy on Rivers.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
Used cars, trucks, and SUVs, oh my! Fully inspected with great warranty options. No payments till November with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Closed captioning is brought to you locally by 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We make junk disappear.
I was in a lot of pain. I saw a Thumbs Up Guys commercial and I gave him a call. I felt like more than just a client. I felt
Final 12 minutes of football here at the Fort. It is a 4th and 4, and after going 1 of 4 on 4th down conversions, Coach Lorenzano's decided to bring out his punt unit. Fort Dorchester has no one back. They're waiting to see maybe if it's a fake.
Yeah, I don't think Goose Creek is falling for it.
And this one shot up in the air, lands at the 20, takes a hop backwards, stopped by Fort Dorchester. Goose Creek going to take it over now at about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, Dean. This would be a great time
right.
to go for it because your defense has been playing well. But now they're just going to play the field position game. Hopefully for Fort Dorchester, force a 3-and-out here and regain a solid field position.
So 11:43 on the clock. And we'll see what they've got lined up here. Look a lot like it's looked like for the last 3 hours. For Goose Creek, they've got James Island next week, followed by Buford, Somerville, Wando, and then they get into their conference schedule of Wando, Berkeley, Beckham, and then Cane Bay. We've got a stoppage play, flag down.
Someone a little anxious on that offensive line of Goose Creek. And job well done tonight by Jaden Pringle-Jackson and Etienne Reynolds.
Keep on reading them.
Blaine Boolanger, Jared McNeil, and Jameson O'Hearn. Those guys getting it done. Also, you can't forget about the tight ends, Braden Reeves and Elijah Mack.
I think they played every snap of this football game.
His running attack has been potent, and Mr. Derek Porter is getting it done, toting the mail for the Gators.
First and 15 from the 15-yard line. And, man, what a hustle. Ball on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Fort Dorchester. Boy, that was a heck of a run on the inside and then tackled from the backside. And the ball came loose. And we've got a player down on the field for Goose Creek. Boy, he was popped from the backside.
He really was, and that's why you don't give up on plays.
And that was Derek Porter. Watch him cut through there. Yeah. Big number 97.
Thomas Waymer, 5'11", 222-pound senior with the big hit. And that's huge for Fort Dorchester as their gamble, punting on 4th down so far, Dean, appears to work in their favor as they're going to take over an excellent field position as this drive will start at the Creek 37-yard line.
Yeah, I think he probably felt the presence on his back, but it looked like Waymer did a nice job of stripping him of the football and then landed on top of him, which would make most men want to stay on the ground for a bit. First and 10 from the 37. Adamski's back in the game, going to roll out right, looks to find somebody. He's got somebody in the corner of the end zone, and wide open he does. And that is a touchdown pass.
No. He dropped it.
Oh,
my. That's one thing where you're almost too wide open.
That was Larez Matthews. I appreciate the pickup. I've got a...
Well, wait. Did he? No, yeah. I thought he had dropped it, and then when you said touchdown, as you take a look at the replay, he was wide open, almost like trying to catch a fly ball. And sometimes you're just too wide open. Great scramble, great throw. And, yeah, goes right through his arms.
That was a hole in the bottom of the breadbasket.
You feel bad for Lawrence Matthews. He's played an outstanding game here today. Just came up short on that one.
Adamski doing a nice job of directing traffic, getting him open. That was a third quarter replay. The replay guys, thumbs up guys.
And both quarterbacks, Adamski as well as Rivers, do a great job of extending plays, scrambling, allowing their wide receivers to get open.
Contract exteriors helping out as well. They're going to take it back inside. We've had so many great sponsors, people contributing and making this broadcast a possibility. We talked about Contract Exteriors. Of course, Knights Companies, Cruise Chevrolet, Trident Technical College.
If I'm not mistaken, Dean, I believe this is the 16th year of Friday Night Rivals.
Yeah.
Great folks over at ABC News 4. Of course, coming up at 11:05, you'll have Scotty Eisberg and Webb Wright with all the highlights from games around the Low Country.
That is Andre Jefferson limping off the field for a second time.
But you're right. You can't do without the sponsors. Obviously, this whole setup, possible because of Mary Margaret leading the charge over there at ABC News for us. So we appreciate her allowing me to work with the Long Chomp each and every week.
I have no idea. I'm a Stevens. Trooper Bob, he doesn't have a last name. He just goes by Trooper Bob. He's down the sidelines. What you got?
All right, let me show you the tent real quick down here on the field. Whether the offense or defense comes out here, they run right to this game film and review what they just did a couple plays earlier, whether it's a run or a pass or even the defense, whether it's a block or how they can get to the quarterback quicker. You just saw that last play. It didn't work out for them, but they're doing everything they can to fine-tune this game so they can come back with a win in the fourth quarter. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Adamski back in, scrambling, brought down, chased down by number 45, Kanan Williams. We have called his name a ton. That is a huge loss for the Fort Dorchester offense.
And that's one thing, you had to just throw that out of bounds and save the possession. And an unfortunate mistake there by Fort Dorchester will result in fourth down.
That's a 10-yard loss, 4th and 20, so they're going to punt the ball back. Not able to convert the turnover, 3 and out.
Yeah, nice job by Trooper Bob, obviously talking about the technology. It's crazy now.
It's advanced.
Yeah, with all the TVs on the sideline, able to break down clips and plays. Really, at the moment,
That ball snapped. That ball is snapped and it hits a lineman up front who is getting ready to block. That snap hit that lineman, and Goose Creek has recovered the ball at the 47-yard line. And now there are flags coming all over the place.
Somebody must have wished somebody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
But Goose Creek they were already exited the field. We'll see what it is. I think Coach Winstead is talking to Hayden Denmark.
Getting a call from Harry Collins, their consultant. It's definitely against Goose Creek because they're facing towards the Gators, so they'll be marching them back. Let's see how many steps.
I would think 15.
Right, unsportsmanlike? Dead ball. Yep, dead ball, unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that was a 15-yard jog.
Well, somebody said maybe he's just wishing them a happy first day of college football tomorrow. And maybe just added a few adjectives, and as a result, he's lost the team 15
one
yards.
flag, it was 2 flags.
So it was very audible and loud. As we take a look at the replay here, it hit the up lineman, number 51 of Fort Dorchester, Jonathan Clayton, in the helmet.
Cameron Campbell with the fumble recovery. Cameron getting his name called out. Right place at the right time. Goose Creek coming back. That jet sweep not going to result in a touchdown. Going to be a loss of 3.
Triple J on the stop, blowing that play up. And right now, if you're Goose Creek, you got the points. You just want to work that clock. 9:40 left in regulation. I think you taught me that. Never say in the game because they could go to overtime. So
yes,
you say regulation.
Should be 9:19 on the clock by the time the play clock ticks down. There's 9:22 on the clock now. There's a 30-second clock, isn't it normally?
Yes. I'm actually trying to look up I know next week. I'm trying to look where we'll be next week.
2nd and 13. Ball snapped right back to Porter. He's going to take it in the middle. Scoots to the outside, brought down by a host of blue jerseys. Going to pick up 3. It's going to be back to 3rd and 10.
Next week,
what you got?
Friday Night Rivals will take the show over to Daniel Island.
Porter at BE?
No, we got Hanahan at Bishop England next week. We were supposed to see the Hawks last Friday, but got rained out, so we'll get a chance to see Trip Gallus. He's a sophomore quarterback. His dad, the principal at Hanahan, and boy, talk about a great job, Bishop England. Coach over there last year, a solid year. So that should be a good one between the orange and the blue and the Kelly green and white.
8:22 on the clock, 3rd and 10. Protecting the ball, massive shift going on right now. Looks like a line change in hockey. Balanced more on the right side. Offsides by number 6.
Actually, number 70, also Etienne Reynolds, Dean, the big junior defensive lineman, got into the neutral zone a little too soon.
Let's see what they call. They're backing it up.
Oh, wow. I thought the big guy made a little contact.
I think he probably took off when Jay Judge took off a little prematurely. So 2 things you didn't want to happen there. You didn't want the clock to stop. And that's what it did on that. And then you also lost 5 yards on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and 15. And this really does become, clock running now, really does become kind of like a chess match.
Mm-hmm.
And we are several moves away from checkmate.
Gators obviously trying to milk the clock and get that time off, and Fort Dorchester trying to get the football back as soon as they can. Right now, the difference in the game is that miss extra points. So should the Fort be able to score, obviously a 2-point conversion on the horizon and another penalty flag.
I think the left side of that offensive line wasn't quite sure either when the snap was going to be, but they all seemed to kind of look up at the same time. And a clean football game in the first half, then slowed down with a lot of mental mistakes. And you have to wonder if fatigue starts to play a part in that. If being a freshman, sophomore, playing a full game early on in your career plays a part in that, maybe a little of both.
And you also have to keep in mind field position. I mean, you're going backwards now. It's 3rd down and 20. You know, if you have to punt from right here,
I don't know how
1 for 2.
How far back can you go and just keep wasting 30 seconds?
Exactly. Maybe that's the play.
Right. That would be a heady chess move. They're going to keep the ball this time. Porter's going to get stopped, wrestled out of bounds by number 30. That was Casamania Milo.
5'10", sophomore. Man, both of these teams. When you look at the rosters, Dean, under a year, I see a bunch of FRs and a bunch of SOs.
Yeah.
Which means the future is going to be bright for both of these programs, provided that they can keep these guys at their schools.
That is, yeah. And I said that to Coach. I said, you know what, in 2 years, you guys are going to rule. And he goes, that's if everybody stays out of our backyard. So 6:35, the clock's going to roll. I'm surprised they don't let it roll down and then call a timeout. They're going to punt the ball. This one, really nice punt all the way back to the 35-yard line. He's going to cut it up the middle to the outside, crosses midfield, out of bounds at the 40. And that's a heck of a return there. Was that by number 18, 19?
Aiden Rutledge on the return.
Rutledge, freshman.
Elijah Mack, the junior for Goose Creek there to run him out of bounds. And you have to think, the way Goose Creek's been moving the football here tonight, Dean, this might be, if not the next to last opportunity for Fort Dorchester. So great field position. There are, let's see, the ball's going to be at the 42-yard line. So, excuse me, the 42-yard line. They got to make the most of it because they may not get the football back.
Thomas Adamski back at quarterback. Let's see if they go back to the same play that was open in the end zone on their last series. You got one deep safety set up. Adamski looks left. He's going to throw across the middle. Nice touch pass, his best pass of the day to number 40 or number 45, bringing back Devin Gates. But boy, he floated that ball to the outside. It was perfect.
That's a contract exteriors first down, and at the bottom of the screen, he had one-on-one there. And you like this, he steps into the throw, gets his feet set, a nice catch. The Patriots are moving.
Patriots going fast. Durant in the backfield with Adamski. 3 receivers set right. Single coverage up top. That ball is caught on the sideline by 18 again. That's Rutledge.
Nice
and they are cover saying that he was out of bounds, but a heck of a throw, nice catch, not able to get a foot in bounds according to the refs.
And Adamski does such a great job of throwing on the move. You see there, he threw that one off kind of his back foot. Comes on with the catch, and, well, maybe that toe touched a little bit of the white line. Unfortunately, no instant replay here, so we can't throw it to the booth. So instead, it'll be second down. But I tell you, at the bottom of the screen, Dean, as you can see, you got one-on-one coverage. They could run a wheel route here. They could run a slant. And Adamski has been outstanding putting the ball on the spot.
Gates and Rutledge on the downside. He's pointing to his men again. He's going to scramble out. He's got some room.
Block.
Great block by Durant. He's going to take it down to the 16-yard line, short of the first down. Going to be 3rd and 1. But again, a nice block by Kyrome Durant.
Yeah, the 5'10 senior able to free his running back up to allow him to run a little more, get some extra yardage. Blocking downfield, always key in football.
5:23 on the clock now, down to 5:19. 3rd and short. Goose Creek's got a player scrambling off the field. 3 receivers up top. This is going to run it right up the middle. And boy, he bounces off of one and runs over another. And that was number 4. Great run there by Mikhail Warthen. Again, runs by a guy and then runs over a guy to pick up that Contract Exterior's first down. Trusted for siding and decking, which happened right there. And all things exterior from kickoff to finish, which happened right there.
Christian Brown on the receiving end of that tackle.
They're going to go back in the middle and run again. This time the white wall stands him up. And this time number 22 is down, and that is Braden Reeves, I believe. And it is a shoulder. It is a shoulder. Yep. You can tell him. We're back. It is a 14-6 game. Gators over Patriots. We're back in 2.
I was in a lot of pain. I saw a Thumbs Up Guys commercial, and I gave them a call. I felt like more than just a client. I felt like they were friends of mine.
Helping injured people is what we do. If you've been injured, call us. We're those Thumbs Up Guys.
Honey, I don't think the AC is working. Call Plum Pro Plus.
AC issues? Looks like it's the contactor. I've got a new contactor.
Plum Pro Plus is Charleston's #1 plumbing, heating, and air company for a reason. Call the pros today to find out how you can get a new AC system for as little as $3 a day. Call the pros you can trust. Call Plum Pro Plus today.
Do you or someone you care about feel anxious about visiting the doctor for the first time? From the moment you walk through the door, at Coastal Wound Care, we treat every patient like family. Contact Coastal Wound Care today.
Amazing to think already year 3 with the Thumbs Up Guys in our Scholar Athlete sponsorship, joined now by Jeff and Brandon of the Thumbs Up Guys. Guys, welcome back for another year. How exciting, how much fun is this to jump on again?
Man, I can't believe it's year 3. You know, it's what we were talking about before we got on here, and it's just flown by. And we're so excited to be able to do it again this year and give away, you know, another check at the end of the year and meet all these amazing athletes, student athletes.
Yeah, it was really cool last year to have that dinner, and we actually got to meet them and talk with them and their parents. How impressive was that?
Oh, I mean, they look great on paper. We've seen the videos, you know, we've seen them perform in their different sports, but then meeting them and the conversations we had, the conversation with the parents, it's very obvious why they're succeeding at the level they are, because you meet the parents and they're just incredible support systems for them.
Awesome. That's Brandon and Jeff from Thumbs Up Guys, presenting sponsors of our Scholar Athlete right here on Friday Night Rivals.
All right, welcome back, everybody. That was number 22, Brandon Reeves, that went off. He was down on the turf, kind of grabbing at his arm, his shoulder area. May have been a stinger. But the bottom line here, it is 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal as the Rapid Repair Red Zone. If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs.
Mikhail Warthen has been dishing out some punishment tonight. He's been running hard all night long. He's got his team in the red zone with an opportunity to pick up their second score of the night.
Adamski and Durant. It's going to be back at Durant again. Goose Creek defense firing through. And again, Adamski and Durant have kind of picked up the pace for this Fort Dorchester offense. Clock now at 4:15.
Williams, the first Gator there to make the stop. Also Donovan Brown. And for Goose Creek, bend but don't break. A huge, and I mean huge, 3rd and goal coming up for Fort Dorchester. As you mentioned, Dean, under 4 minutes left to play.
Caden Gant, single set down low. You got Talon McMichael, senior wide receiver, in the slot. That's Adamski, and Durant in the backfield is 3rd and goal from the 9. Adamski looks across the middle, throws it behind the receiver, in and out of the hands of the defensive back, number 23 for Goose Creek.
Yeah, Hughes Richards once again. That could have been his 2nd interception tonight. So he's in good position, just can't come up with the play. That would have been a huge
that
interception.
Ball surprised him because it was thrown a couple of feet behind the receiver. So now, for the 5th time, we're going to have a 4th down conversion by Fort Dorchester.
And I got to tell you, the way that Adamski throws the football, I'd let him put it in the air again.
Man in motion. 2 receivers set on both sides. Adamski from the 9 picks it up, looks left, going back across the middle, throws it back behind the receiver, broken up by number 13. That is Quentin Wright, sophomore defensive back. Goose Creek stops them again on 4th down. Will take the ball over at the 9-yard line with 3:33 remaining.
Ben, but don't break the defense. Been huge all night. The pressure being applied by Goose Creek. And the Gators, so far, still time left, dodge a major bullet.
Our school bus stop of the game. Let's take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. We'll take a look at that later, but that's got to be a contender for the stop of the game.
Right now, that's the key. That's the play of the game right now.
Still plenty of time left on the clock, 3:33.
Fort Dorchester still with 2 timeouts, so if they can force a 3 and out here, use those timeouts, they should be able to get the football back in plus territory.
Cannot afford a penalty, cannot afford a turnover. If you're wearing white pants and a white jersey, Porter taking the ball up the middle, going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, so make it 2nd and 10.
And this is where you're, as a coach, and you tell, obviously, Porter, who's run so hard tonight, hey, make sure you protect the football, cover it up with 2 hands once you get into that pile. The most important thing is ball security here as we try to bleed this clock, which is now at 3:10.
If they're able to take this all the way down, we would have our Cruise Chevrolet drive of the game. And by the way, Cruise Chevrolet in Rivers, just north of Northwoods Mall. You got a friend of the car business at Cruise Chevrolet on Rivers.
And you have to figure, I mean, Goose Creek probably 1 or 2 first downs away from sealing this. Again, Fort Dorchester still has 2 timeouts. Let's see if they use it after this play to allow them more time. A lot of it may depend on just how many yards, if any, that Goose Creek gets in a penalty flag on the play.
Delay of game. Again, not having a clock present in the end zone, not been able to see, has cost them twice now.
Yeah, you have to. I'm sure there's got to be someone on that Goose Creek sideline with a stopwatch signaling how much time is left on the play clock.
But you have. We have about 100+ years of eyeballs in this booth. All right. Back to the 5-yard line. This one snapped directly to Porter. He's going to take it into the teeth of that defense and get nothing but bid on. Going to maybe pick up a yard and make it 3rd and 13. The clock is at 2.5 minutes.
Long yard down the stop. I got to tell you, Dean, I'm kind of surprised Goose Creek's still in the shotgun formation. Because, I mean, anything can happen here. Snap over.
But you don't have a quarterback. It doesn't matter. They've never been under center before in their life.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I just think of an errant snap, which would result in a safety, or anything can happen. But surprisingly, Fort Dorchester didn't take the timeout, so they'll let this one roll down. Probably take a timeout after this 3rd down play.
Winstead's going to call a timeout here. He's walking down to the official. He's called it at 2:01. I think there is so much confusion without that play clock. You know, you come into a game, both sides, right? Both sides playing young players, trying to develop, lose players to the portal, injuries, all of that, 3 days rest. And then you got no play clock that you got to deal with as well.
We talk about overcoming adversity. That's what both of these teams have done tonight. You just talked about all of the issues facing them. Neither coach used it as an excuse. They said, hey, there's a game. We both had the same amount of preparation time. We just got to do what we can do and continue. More importantly, Dean, not region games, but continue to get better. Tomorrow, when they pop in the film, win or lose, are they better tomorrow morning than they were coming into this game? Both teams with a lot of positives on both sides of the football. Obviously, some things that they can still clean up. That's the beauty of it. It's still early in the season. Still plenty of football left to be played. And, I mean, even in this game, there's 2:01 left. We'll see what happens here.
Sean Lorenzano, for Dorchester head coach, out at the hash mark, trying to figure out. It looked like he was questioning where the ball was spotted.
And I'm sure also maybe letting the officials know, hey.
He's letting them know.
Once,
I mean, he's,
once we get
the
this
last
stop.
time somebody clapped that hard at me, it wasn't, hey, nice job.
Saying that, hey, we want a timeout as soon as, we come up with this stop, provided that we don't give up a first down.
Mm-hmm. So you got 3rd and 10 now from the 9-yard line. You got Porter and Judge in the backfield. Tight end up close. See if they'll just go straight ahead or try something else. Yep, they hand it off inside. Grant to the inside, gets popped at about the 12. And boy, that's the one that scares me. You're handing the ball off, you're shuffling it around when you don't really have that experience.
Now Grant's coming up limping as well. He took a shot there at the end. Little misdirection play, trying to sneak it underneath. Timeout obviously taken by Fort Dorchester. And 4th down coming up. And if you're Goose Creek in this situation, you have to be in your tight punt formation. You can't allow a block. The most important thing, Dean, is you got to get it off.
1:51 left in the game. Here is Knights Company's replay. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyal, and excellence, which all of those words could be used for both of these teams tonight. You saw leadership from some of the seniors, the guys we talked about going into the game. Integrity, they played their hearts out. Loyalty, they've stuck around to play for their team, for their school, for their colors. And it's been an excellent football game. Got a little loose, got a little sloppy in the 3rd.
And going back to that previous play, nice job by Amari Dawson of Fort Dorchester. The defensive end stayed at home, kept everything inside, didn't allow the runner to get around and kind of force it back to his teammates. So nice job by the freshman, Amari Dawson, on that last play. So I'm Fort Dorchester here. I don't even set up for a block. I set up for the return. You should get the ball in great field position. Maybe you can get a big return. And we've seen how electric Aiden Rutledge has been on the last punt return and also on a couple of catches. So he's standing at the 40.
This is going to be on the Gunners on the outside. Braxton Carlson set up at the goal line. Made a key PAT. This one snapped over his head.
That's a
and
safety.
Maybe not a horrible result.
Well,
not a horrible result.
Because now a touchdown will win it for you.
Touchdown will win it for you. But again, your defense has an opportunity to make the stop, and you still pick up the win.
Well, actually,
right?
I take that back because it's 14-8. As you see, the high snap goes over the head. So a touchdown and an extra point would win it for you. A touchdown would simply tie it. We saw Fort Dorchester miss the extra point on the first score of the night. So now, all of a sudden, Fort Dorchester kind of has taken control and have their destiny in their hands because of the errant snap.
Coming up later, we'll have the Knights Company's player of the game. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. I think a little too early to call player of the game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Some leading candidates, but it's just going to depend on
where are you leading on your candidate?
Well, for Goose Creek, obviously, it has to be the big guy, Derek Porter. And honestly, for Fort Dorchester, I'd probably have to give it to
be determined.
Yeah.
I don't, I also, if it's going to be Goose Creek, I'm leaning towards Hayden Denmark. He has been all over the field tonight.
You got Garrett for Fort Dorchester. You got Warthen for Goose Creek. Also Rutledge for the Patriots. So, yeah, a lot of candidates.
1:47 left. Fort Dorchester does not have a timeout left.
This Goose Creek defense.
Excuse me, go ahead.
I was about to say it's been elite all night. Now Jason Winstead and his staff, they need them to be elite for just one more minute and 47 seconds.
I was about to say, I am not opposed to kicking this ball out of bounds, but he keeps it inbounds. Number 6, a nice play by who else?
My
Porter,
player of the game.
Your player of the game, taking him down at the 44-yard line. Another player limping on the field.
Porter just caught a cramp as he was running off the field. So get the guy some pickle juice. The man's been on offense. He's been on defense. He's been on special teams. He helped unload the bus. He's going to load the bus after the game. Get the guy some pickle juice.
You know your boy with the pencil.
Yeah.
You know he's got a brand with Sucker Punch. You know what Sucker Punch is?
No.
Pickle juice.
Oh.
Shots.
Okay.
Of pickle juice.
There you go.
So one day early on in the Pencil Talk guy's career,
right,
he gets a big box at the house. And I go, what is this? And he goes, it's my first sponsorship deal. I go, that's great. What is it? And I open it up, and it's like 100,000 sunflower seeds packaged by Chinook Sunflower. Like, that's awesome.
There you go.
And the next day, another big box comes in. I go, what's this? He goes, my second sponsorship deal. I go, that's great. What is it? Sucker Punch. I go, what's that? He goes, it's pickle juice. And I had like 500 bottles of pickle juice at the house.
They need some
so I'm
here
going to bring
tonight.
some to you.
Sounds good. Right now, 1:43 left.
All right, enough stories about the pencil guy and pickle juice and seeds. 46-yard line, Fort Dorchester, 143. Adamski back, steps up into the pocket, is going to move out of the pocket, slips and falls at the line of scrimmage. Clock keeps ticking, 1:35 on the clock.
No timeouts left for Fort Dorchester.
Adamski, if he has to take that play back, I think he rifled it out of bounds. Yeah. Loses a yard on the play, 1:23 left. Snaps it back, steps up, goes deep down the left side, ball up in the air. That's going to be pass interference.
Yeah, that one was way obvious as he was tugging at the back of the jersey.
Larez Matthews had beaten number 13, Quentin Wright, down the left sideline.
Matthews trying to make up for the unfortunate drop early on in the second half. Had his guy beat, got behind him. Nice ball thrown by Adamski. That'll be a free 15 yards. The Knights Company replay here. You see right there the tug at the jersey. Got him in the front and the back. He wanted to make sure. And a lot of times, that's a smart penalty because if you don't get that penalty, it could have been a touchdown.
If I'm Goose Creek, I'm taking a timeout here and letting your defense rest. They are gassed. You see it at the top of the screen again.
And they have 3 timeouts left.
Adamski back, looks left, getting a bit flushed out of the pocket. He's directing traffic. He's scrambling around. He's got a wide open man at the 25-yard line. Down to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Fort Dorchester with a minute left on the clock. And Thomas Adamski scrambling out of the pocket, directing his receiver again to scoot down the right side. That's what Michael Worthen did and scored from 46 yards out. It's a tie game.
All night long, we've been talking about the scrambling ability of Adamski as well as Rivers, and that time extends the play. He felt the pressure coming as Elijah Mack was hot in pursuit, kind of ran out of gas, as you see, trying to direct traffic, kept the play alive. Man, wide open in the flats. Look at this block right here. Nice downfield blocking there for Fort Dorchester, and it results in a touchdown. Patriots looking to take the lead.
Extra point.
It's good.
It's good. A minute left on the clock. Their first lead of the game comes
47 minutes into the contest.
47 minutes into the game.
So, I mean, just the smarts. Adamski, not only was he scrambling, Dean, but kept his head down the field, kept it up, he didn't want to run for it. He was trying to find somebody open, and give credit to the wide receivers. They just continued to move, didn't stand still. And as a result, Fort Dorchester 60 seconds away from literally stealing a victory from Goose Creek.
15-14, a minute left.
And you mentioned it, Dean, and we talked about it off the air. That Goose Creek defense, they looked tired. They had hands on the hips, and again, with 3 timeouts left, even that pursuit there from Elijah Mack initially was good, and then he just kind of ran out of gas.
So back deep is Zavon Grant. is on the right side, and I believe that is number 13, Quentin Wright, also deep. He's going to take this ball at the 5, and he's going to take it out. And he's coming to the left side. He's going to beat a man, gets tripped up, and down at the 19-yard line. Heck of a tackle there by, I think it was number 28. And that
looked like your guy, Triple J, Jeff Jefferson, also in on the stop. Great downfield kickoff coverage from Fort Dorchester. The Patriots now have to hold on for 55 seconds. The Gators, with no natural quarterback, they're going to have to go. It looks like, 83 yards to win this ball game.
I think if you got it to the 20, 15, the 15, 25, 32-yarder, but you've got to be able to bust a run, and you've got guys who are gassed on both sides of the ball, and the momentum now obviously on the home side of the field.
3 timeouts left.
You do. Drops the ball on the ground, covers it up. First timeout's got to be used right now, and it is. Clock stopped with 50 seconds. And even then, they were going to run the ball, right?
Safe to say, I don't think Jason Winstead and his staff probably went through the 2-minute drill on Tuesday, Wednesday, or yesterday.
Wildcat 24.
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe they're trying to set them up. Say, hey, first play, look like we're going to run, and then instead of a halfback pass, just roll right, stop, and just throw it down the field. I mean, you really got nothing to lose. Maybe get a pass interference.
Yep.
Anything to just advance the ball down the football field.
Yep. Again, if you missed it early on, their 2-year starting quarterback transferred. His family moved to Alabama, so they lose him. First scrimmage of the season, they lose their new starting quarterback to a dislocated hip. And then you've got their only number 1 quarterback on Monday, first game of the year, second pass play, throws the ball, not touched, not hit, but fractures his elbow.
QB3.
And by the way, that's like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And they put this Wildcat package together, and it is, I don't know what the total yardage is, but they've moved the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think Rouse is in the game now. Corey Rouse. He's the threat to throw it. Looking back, steps up. He's going to get sacked at the 5.
Big Thomas Waymer in the 5'11" senior defensive end. Came out of nowhere and comes up with a huge sack.
42 seconds left. And again, Rouse Jr. has played very little quarterback position.
I think he finished the game last week, but he was banged up as well, which is why we didn't see him at quarterback earlier tonight.
Yep. That was a Knights Company replay. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence.
What did you say, Dean? It's been 2014 since Goose Creek beat Fort Dorchester?
2014. And by the way, that touchdown was a Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college, great asset in our community, Trident Technical College.
Oh, that was a shot of the head coach at Fort Dorchester, Sean Lorenzano, doing a great job in his second year at the Fort. Just trying to build that culture and that pride back in this Fort Dorchester program that we saw for so many years. As you see the coach there.
This is his second year. He was down in Florida. His journey started as a undersized defensive lineman at an NA high school in Hastings, Nebraska. Graduated, had a communication degree, was actually a reporter, a sports reporter for about a year when he said, "This ain't me."
Sounds like somebody else I know.
Yeah, Corey Rouse back in, got 2 receivers on both sides of the ball. He's back, he's rolling out, got a step, he's going to roll out again. He's going to throw the ball, let it go. He's going to be intercepted at the 25-yard line. He's going to be taken down at the 2. And there's flags down.
Josiah Singleton coming up with possibly the game-ending interception.
I'm wondering if there was a late hit on the quarterback.
Definitely took a shot for sure as he released the football.
And Etienne Reynolds holding his left wrist. You've got the officials huddling down around the 2-yard line. You got 2 flags down, one near the hash mark at the 8, and the other one closer to the sideline at the 8. Coach Lorenzato's trying to read lips from about 8 yards away, and he looks unhappy. This ball looks like he's going to go back to Goose Creek. And again, we'd have to check the replay. And while Goose Creek is visibly upset, thinking they've lost this game on the interception, is there an opportunity for them to get the ball back? You see Rouse gets out of the pocket, throws it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, legal pass. He was across the line of scrimmage.
There you go.
So, lost it down, obviously play. So, yeah, it will be Fort Dorchester football.
So, our player of the game tonight?
For Fort Dorchester? I guess. I don't know. The corner, Thomas.
I think it was Thomas Adamski.
Yeah. I mean, what he did, he got off to a slow start. The quarterback number 1 for Fort Dorchester got off to a slow start. Give credit to Messiah Rivers, came in, had a little bit of spark,
yep.
but he went back in. Adamski threw the game-winning touchdown. I think he should be our player of the game.
And that last drive, our Cruz Chevrolet drive of the game. Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers, just north of Northwoods Mall. You've got a friend in the car business at Cruz Chevy on Rivers. And if we're going to just keep on rolling it, that interception was a school bus stop of the game, presented by Nitzel. We stopped for a school bus, and the stop arm is out. The red lights are flashing tonight. Flashing lights on the Fort Dorchester side as the clock runs from 10 to 8, down to 5, and a 15-14 win for Fort Dorchester. And I cannot emphasize enough the grit and the determination and the culture that we saw from this Goose Creek Gator football team. Coach Winstad, his staff, to be congratulated, thinking about installing a brand new offense and having it work as it did tonight.
For 47 minutes.
For 47 minutes.
That defeat literally snatched from them. You're right. Those kids have nothing to hang their head about. They left it all on the field. That's all you can ask for, obviously, if you're Coach Winstead and the Goose Creek Gators. But give credit to Fort Dorchester. It did not look good, but that's why the game is 48 minutes. They played to the end, and the streak continues for Fort Dorchester.
We will wrap things up on week 1 of Friday Night Rivals after this.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
AC struggling? Charleston Electric and Air has you covered. From expert electrical work and generator installation to fast, reliable AC repair. We keep your home powered and cool. One expert team, trusted for power, cooling, and comfort.
Thank you for allowing our family to serve your family at Charleston Electric and Air.
100% satisfaction. Your comfort guaranteed.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
At Contract Exteriors, we transform homes. Imagine the possibilities. Make your home new again with our expert craftsmanship and top quality materials. From stunning decks perfect for family gatherings to sleek, energy-efficient windows that brighten your space, Contract Exteriors brings your vision to life. And with our wide selection of siding options, we ensure your home's exterior reflects your style. And here's the best part: no payments for 12 months. Contact us today to start your journey to a refreshed home. Contract Exteriors, your trusted partner for home transformations.
Hi, Jessica.
I've heard that you can come the same day I call you.
Give us an address and we're on our way.
But how?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is the world's largest junk removal service.
I want you to come today.
We're on our way.
Welcome back, everybody. For Dorchester, the come-from-behind win, 15-14, is the final score tonight. As for our school bus stop of the game, let's take a look at that.
School bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
All right, our stop of the game, the NHTSA stop of the game. Right here, last play of offense for Goose Creek, trying to rally, trying to scramble, ball thrown up, ball intercepted, and that was the ball game.
Presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
So that was Josiah Singleton with the stop of the game. As for the player of the game, he started the game slow, was taken out, given a break to start the third quarter, but Thomas Adamski comes back and does a really nice job to lead this team back, throwing the ball, getting out of the pocket. But I was really impressed, Everett, watching him direct traffic as he kept his eyes down the field and found open receivers as we led to a 15-14 win.
Yeah, extending the play. That's what he did best. And speaking of him, he's with Trooper Bob. Let's throw it down to him.
Player of the game here right next to the coach. Congratulations for contributing to the team win here. Coach, I want to talk to you about that last touchdown. I just saw the quarterback scramble a little bit, found an open man. Was that a design play?
It's not a design play, but Thomas has good feet, and he can make things happen a lot when he scrambles, and we got a guy wide open and he hit him, and man, praise the Lord, it's awesome. Awesome day.
You're able to pull out a win today. You talked about it at halftime. You were reviewing game film during the game, too. How proud are you of your team right now to pull out this win?
I'm extremely proud. These guys, they find a way to win. They work hard in practice. They find a way to win. We're down 2 weeks in a row. We've been down, and they make a comeback. They find a way to win. That's a blue-collar style of football. That's our style of football. It's going to be a dogfight every week. We're ready for the dogfight every single week.
Congratulations on the big win, and Coach. Cheer.
So you saw the nice player of the game right there, Thomas Adamski, and then the trophy presentation sponsored by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. So week one of the high school football season in the books.
Yep. Next assignment.
Second week in a row for Dorchester's come back to win. The Gators, man, so much to be proud of, but boy, a big coaching job coming up for Jason Winstad, if you think about it, right? To be able to get this team back together, get their heads back in it. Disappointing loss. You saw a lot of upset Gators, and as they should be. But, man, their effort was something else. Great game tonight. And after this game, make sure to watch ABC News 4 and get complete action highlights from everywhere around the Lowcountry with ABC News 4 Sports Director Scott Eisberg and Webb Wright. Friday Night Rivals on ABC News 4 starts at 11:05.
Of course, next week we'll be on Daniel Island as the Hanahan Hawks will fly on over to battle the Bishop England Battling Bishops. And, of course, coming up in September 12th will be Oceanside at Ashley Ridge, Bishop England against Porter, Holy City War. All those games, of course, kick off at 7:30 p.m. You can catch it right here on MyTV or also watch the stream on ABC News 4. But, damn, man, what a blast being with you. Am I with you next week? Or
Nope, pencil's back.
All right, so with Junior. All right. Well, I'll see you soon.
Always a privilege to be with you, my friend.
Hey, you taught me all that I know. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Thanks to everybody who had a hand in this. Great job in the truck, handling all the adversity. Camera guys, everybody. Great to be with you. Thanks for watching Friday Night Rivals.
They T-boned me. I didn't even see it. I could not walk. I could not lift my hands. I'm so happy that I went with the thumbs up, guys. Your world taken care of, no worries.
Helping injured people is what we do. If you've been injured, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now